All right, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat today. This is Friday evening. This is July 28th, 2023. So I got something, little something planned for you guys today. Basically, it's going to be a review, or as I put it here, the title, it's going to be Mulatto Vanguard Clarification. So, of course, I didn't really do a lot of planning for this. I just kind of reviewed the stream, heard some things, and I kind of want to address it. I think it's going to be I think it's necessary for me to address some things that I've heard, but nevertheless, let me get right into it. So, and of course, this is a stream that I heard from a content creator that I just found out about recently. Shout out to her. Her name is Miss Mona, Miss Mona from the UK. Shout out to her. I heard about her from Misunderstood. She was on a panel, I think, a couple weeks ago, Misunderstood, and I heard of Miss Mona. And so I liked what I heard. So I subscribed to her channel, and it's good content. So let me get right into this. It's obviously congruent and relevant with this discussion that I'm going to cover here is congruent and relevant with the material that I cover here on this channel here, the Mulatto Vanguard channel. So, all right, getting right into it. Fair use as always. So just, I guess, starting out, it's like a 3.5 hour stream approximately. You can see here the comment that's posted here. It says at Golden Goddess. I'm too white for the manosphere and too black for the UK. Interesting. Because the manosphere, I'm not sure how you can be too white for the manosphere, because the manosphere is split here in America, where you have literally a section they call, or sector per se, a sphere they call the black manosphere, which was, I guess they started calling it the Negro manosphere. That's like O'Shea Du Jackson. But nevertheless, they have the white male spaces that are independent and separate from the black male spaces. And there is some overlap, but not exactly. And how can I put this? I have access to both spaces. That's kind of the uniqueness of my position. And yeah, my whole thing is with what I'm doing here is I realize, well, I think it's more beneficial that we kind of create our own space, not adopting these spheres, because people are going to mention in this stream that I'm reviewing right now that they're trying to tie me into the sphere. I'm not a part of any sphere. I'm not a part of any clique. There was one time where I did, adopt the hashtag, golden sphere or mulatto sphere, etc. But I'm not affiliated with any of those spheres today. As I'm talking to you right now, this is July 28th, 2023, putting it out there on the record. So moving forward, when you're going to have, some people, particularly this drunk idiot, the ghetto grandma, who's going to say, he's a part of this sphere and I created the sphere and he was a part of us. No. We're going to clear all this stuff up right now. So let me get into this. Fair use.
What? This is so fucking funny. It is. Oh. Hey, yo, Sarah, me too.
And just those of you guys in the chat or in the clouds, whatever, let me know if you can hear it. If you can hear the audio, if the audio is good, because then I can, fix it. So continuing on, fair use.
Okay, Zara says, Golden Goddess, I'm too white for manosphere and too black for UK. Zara, in my opinion, almost every panel think I'm white, so I know what you mean, but it's more the UK. The UK, the UK people think I'm white.
That's interesting. I want to just stop right there and kind of point out that Miss Mona says that every panel she hops on, people think she's white, because people kind of think that about me too, which is partially correct, right? I'm partially white for my mother. So people, basically say the same thing for me, which I find interesting. What am I going to say else on that? Yeah, it's a common, misconception of those of us based on our tonality, our accent, etc. People will think that we are, more white or black. I'm basically split down the middle. I'm equal and I'm balanced. I consider myself to be balanced. I'm going to get into that too, because this drunk idiot, the ghetto grandma makes a reference, continuously goes around to everyone else's channel trying to paint the mulatto vanguard as a specific that I identify specifically. It's like you know, I don't know what you're talking about, ho. You don't know me. Let me continue on. Fair use.
I don't know what to say, Zara. Um, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know where we can go. Where do us half caste people go? Where do
Oh,
us
Golden
mixed
Goddess
race people go?
has a mixed race, has a what is it, multi whatever, it's
A mixed
multi
race. What about the mixed race sector?
sector.
I
They
want to be
had,
part of the
yeah,
mixed race
the
sector.
Golden Goddess.
I
Golden
don't
Goddess,
like
what's the
it.
name of your sector?
I don't really like mixed race men. Go black or white.
It's usually
So
women. It's
it's like,
usually women.
Oh,
what?
I feel betrayed.
CIP, why?
I'm mixed.
Huh?
I'm mixed.
I know, but
We
I
like
make
bronzy
special
anyway, so it's all good.
I make special exceptions to the rule. There's always exceptions. Come on.
That's kind of funny too. I wanted to point that out where it's like, Miss Mona says Miss Monarchy is basically saying she's, you know, well, the gentleman here, the cat here says he's mixed race. And he kind of felt a certain way when she was basically like, I'm not, in her words, saying she's not a big fan of the mixed race space, but it's kind of interesting because she does attract mixed race people. I believe this lady here in the screen, the comment, Zara, I believe she's mixed race, or mulatto. And of course, the gentleman here on the panel is mixed race. So, I mean, clearly, Miss Monarchy, Miss Mona, she attracts those people, I believe, to her to her channel, but also monoracial, black and white, etc. I've seen kind of a mix of people there, which is similar here on my channel as well, right? I think most of the people, especially the hate watchers, are definitely going to be more black identified, even if they're mixed race, right? Because here in America, most of the biracial you would call mixed race people, they're black identified, right? They've never seen a pathway to anything other than just blackness, and it's an easier pathway to get access to that group and to get acceptance, some form of acceptance, if there is that. But I find it interesting because yeah, definitely I saw her on a panel with MU and I was instantly like interested. Oh, who is she? Who's this lady? She's from UK. Okay, cool. I'm all in. But yeah, this cat, I guess he's he's mixed race, whatever. Has an American accent, but he's drawn to the channel, right? So I feel like she does draw people who are mixed race to her channel, but she has a general audience, which I do as well. It's funny because people will say that you, Mulatto Vanguard, you are white identified. I'm like, where the hell are the white people at? I mean, on my channel, because I don't really, get that many of them over here. But it's funny. Okay, but yeah, like this cat here kind of guess you can say his heart, sank or his heart fell. He's like, oh, you don't like mixed race guys, Because to me, I prefer mulatto women over all other women. Okay. The only women that I see out here, I'm in my early 30s, millennial, that are even on the same level or comparable would be like Latinas, which are mixed race, but mestiza, indigenous European, right? So, I mean, I definitely hold mulatto women more favorable for me personally. I think a lot of mixed race guys do as well, to be honest with you. Because I don't really hear mixed race guys, mulatto guys, basically saying they prefer black women or white women, maybe in some cases they prefer white women if their mom is white or whatever over mixed race women. But I think it's kind of a case by case basis. We're kind of sorting all that stuff out right now, is what I'm seeing, having these, dialogues and conversations online. Let me continue on, fair use.
On CIP. F
Spanish
Holiday
or
said
Spanish at least.
Damage control. Now she's doing damage control.
Yeah,
F Holiday says
just trying
it's
to make
like
you feel better. It's okay,
no,
twin.
because I don't want him to feel bad that I don't like mixed race. Mixed race men are gorgeous.
Golden
They've
Goddess,
got
is there a silver fox golden sphere?
Mixed race men are gorgeous. It's funny because like you got a cat out there in the UK. I don't know what his name is. I think he was in the series Bridgeton or something. I don't really watch. Um, I'm more of a cinema guy. Movies. I don't watch too much television like that. I'm usually on YouTube watching other people's stuff. But there's a cat out there in the UK, a mulatto guy. I don't know what his name is. But he was, yeah, like I said, Bridgeton. He was like literally just nominated as like the sexiest man alive. Let me pull up his name because it's yeah, Bridgeton, right? Television series. I haven't watched one episode. I don't even know the guy's name. Okay, yeah, it's Rage Jean Page. In the series, his name is Simone Bassett, mulatto cat, 35 years old. And it's like I saw an article, I think I covered it. I did a short on it where it's like he was ranked as like the most attractive man in the world. And they used some ploy. They talked about science. Let me pull it up right here so you guys can see kind of a visual. This cat right here. It's a mulatto cat. Now, I mean, he could be black identified. I mean, that's, very typical. We see that in the States as well, not only UK. But yeah, this cat right here. Yeah, because I did a short on it like months back where they basically said this guy is the most handsome guy, you know, in the world, or one of the guys, most handsome people in the world based on science, right? So of course, Miss Mona says that mixed race guys are gorgeous. And I guess you can say science and other people would verify that that's, accurate. But also here in America, there's a cat. His name was Jeremy Minks. He was like the famous kind of mugshot. This was several years back. They had a mugshot of the cat, and then he got a modeling deal based off that. He had blue eyes, mixed race, mulatto cat. So I think it's kind of funny. Just want to point that out. So she does acknowledge that mixed race guys are gorgeous, but now I'm straight. I'm not gay, but you know, I'm just observing what she's saying. Let me continue on, get more deep into this. Fair use.
I gotta hang with them.
Now let me pause there because they were kind of talking about the mixed race space. Can I join that space? The thing is, like, there isn't really a mixed race space on YouTube. YouTube is a public platform. It's going to be almost impossible to have an exclusive, network on YouTube. You can try to curate people over on your channel, discourage people, etc. Like, I think I kind of scare some people off, but the whole intention when I heard that there was like mixed race spaces on like YouTube, what they called the golden sphere, this was like a year ago, 2022. I was you know, how do I say? I was disillusioned. I honestly thought it was like a space where people gather on YouTube that's dedicated to mixed race people. And a lot of them were American, but I realized that that's not entirely the case. These were more so black identified people who were basically trying to sort out their grievances with the black community because they were getting punked by black people for being, mixed or light skinned, whatever. And so, and I couldn't really identify with some of the things a lot of them were talking about. I have an entirely different upbringing. I grew up in an entirely different environment. So my experience is completely different than a lot of people that I saw navigating towards those spaces. Let me continue on because I'm going to get a little bit more deeper into that. Fair use.
Sorry. Sorry. F. Holiday said, "It's like the end of Malcolm X. I am Jessica X. I am Jessica X. I'm Jessica X."
Yeah, Jessica X. The X is kind of the giveaway for like, but you have another. Jessica X is a mulatta from the UK, right? You have another mulatta from America who's ghetto as fuck. Her name is Michi X. What's with this whole X stuff they got going on? The X, which is the placement consonant for unknown, right? X is the unknown, like they call Xmas instead of Christmas, Christmas, Xmas. X is unknown. But Jessica X, Yeah, Jessica X. Yeah. Yeah, she has a nice voice, nice accent. It makes sense why she kind of has a following for sure. But it's definitely a black manosphere kind of situation. There's a lot of money there, you know. I mean, most of the black manosphere are simps. Most of the black manosphere, or any manosphere in general, red pill manosphere, incel simps. So it makes sense why a woman like her, content creator, can basically, you know, get that type of audience. I saw a video recently of an interview of Just Pearly Things with Pierce Morgan, right? Just Pearly Things, American woman who moved to the UK. She's doing her YouTube social media venture, right? And she kind of spawned out of the manosphere spaces. She has a majority male audience, and she her claim is that she's anti-feminist and stuff like that. But there's money there in that market. You know, a lot of these guys will pay you money to tell them what tell them what you want them to hear. So it kind of makes sense. Yeah, let me continue on fair use.
I am the real Jessica X. No, I am the real Jessica X. No, I am the real Jessica X. No, she is the I am the Jessica X. I am the real Jessica X. There you go, guys. Because people think I'm Jessica X. How? Sound different? Sound very different?
Yeah, you sound completely different for sure. I'd say you actually sound better. You have a better accent than Jessica X. But what's interesting is that, like, I would say majority of Jessica X fan base or audience, I should say, per se, is American. I think having that accent, having the British accent, definitely it's a good sell to the American audience. That's why you look at the broadcasting, the networks over here, even in journalism, major television, etc. I think they fit right in. They can sell, to an American audience, right? I mean, for me personally, I can say that for me, that's, definitely what I like. I think a lot of people do too. That's why it's easy for them to get an audience, an American, audience base. Just basically just sound proper, have an English accent, and people will listen. Yeah. So that is definitely an advantage for sure. So yeah, fair use.
Right?
I
All
am
UK,
Jessica X.
yeah, all UK accents sound the same.
Did you
I
just do
I am the captain now.
it? Nigerian accent.
You, me, this boat, mine now.
This boat, mine now.
Behave, guys. Behave yourself. Oh, Zara B said mulattosphere.
Mulatto.
Hey, oh God.
So Zara B's, mentioned the mulatto sphere. I'm not a part of the mulatto sphere. The mulatto sphere was an interesting ploy, kind of a push. There's a Canadian guy, creepy Canadian guy that I'm not associating with. He convinced me to basically join him in his effort to create a space, so to speak. And at first I was with it. And I was down because he was the only one that I seen in these like so-called mixed race spaces who wanted to, create something specifically for our needs, those of us who are black, white, mixed race, biracial, whatnot, and who identify as such to create a balance. And a mulatto is the whole concept is this term mulatto, which is someone of European and African ancestry, right? And so it's interesting that the mulatto sphere is out there. It's funny because I saw a stream, Angry Biracial, a few days ago, or maybe a week ago. He literally hashtagged the mulatto sphere on his video. And I'm just sitting there like the angry biracial. What the fuck does this criminal think he's trying to pull here? Like he literally put that, like he's still trying to hold on to the whole biracial thing. It's like, bro, we know you, homie. We know you. Okay. Um, but me personally, I don't do spheres. I don't do cliques. Okay. There's content creators that I will coordinate and collaborate with for sure. No doubt. I don't care what color t-shirt you have on. I'm invested in the conversation. This channel here, because I have multiple channels now. Since I've had this channel has been in operation since I think 2012 as a viewer, as an audience member. I only started uploading content about a year ago. because I heard that there was a space for biracial people. I was like, interesting. Let me investigate and see what this is all about. But since then, now I have other channels that I'm, not going to mention here, different audience, and I want to keep it that way. But yeah. Let me continue on fair use.
There it is.
On Hood.
Mulatto.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
So, DJ Nav. Oh, I just post the Cash App and tell him what to do. The Cash App was supposed to donate, but they don't. They slag him off as I get him naked. Sorry, what are you talking about? Ooh.
She's talking about the Jamaican man. That's
Oh,
summer joint.
okay. Oh, Zara, I'm not in the Mulatto sphere. There's nothing wrong with being half caste or half of something. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. There's
I'm
nothing
down.
wrong with being a half Becky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the white identified biracial,
What?
she says.
Oh.
Mulatto.
You guys see that right there? Now, this is one of the major things, the talking points, arguments that I want to mention here. You see, we have on the screen here the the infamous ghetto grandma. Okay, the child abuser slash spousal abuser. You know, getting drunk, starting fights with people on the internet. The ghetto grandma. She says the mulatto sphere. They're white identified biracials. I find that to be funny that this idiot, the ghetto grandma, is calling people white identified biracials when the whole world has seen this same idiot, the ghetto grandma. I call her ghetto grandma. She calls herself a goddess. Well, she's a narcissist. Okay. She literally put the hashtag, Karen's daughters. Literally. You can't make this shit up. She herself puts the hashtag Karen's daughters, which indicates that she's the daughter of a racist white woman. And these pro-black people have all seen that. That there's a content creator that she wants to fight with. Her name's Lashid. She's more pro-black. Okay, her name's Lashid, content creator on YouTube. And she pointed that out. She's like, this idiot golden goddess puts the hashtag Karen's daughters. I mean, how disgraceful and despicable are you to even joke about that? Because I have a white mom. She's not a fucking Karen. Okay, my white mom, she has a master's degree. She's an educated woman. She's not a Karen. So when you have this idiot knucklehead here who's saying, oh, they're white identified. They're white identified. I'm like, what kind of little drunk tactic are you trying to push this time? When we all seen you put the hashtag Karen's daughters. You, more than anybody, are white identified. But it's like the projection of this idiot is out of this world. Okay. So I got to point that out, but we're going to go more into this. Continuing on fair use.
What? White identified? I don't know about that.
Really?
What is that?
I thought it was
What,
just a
like
name
they
for
claim
all of
more
us.
to be white, or
claim
like
more-
what is it?
Yeah. What is it?
That's interesting.
Go
I
ahead,
agree.
should explain that. I'm trying to
Yeah,
understand.
they're the white identified biracials.
The mulattoes are the ones that can pass for the whites. I know. Yeah, I
Are
get
you
it.
So white
serious? I thought
passing.
mulatto were just mixed.
Yeah, mulatto is black and white. Like I shared the image of the gentleman here. Now, not everybody uses the term. I do, because when you say like half caste, you're insinuating, you're mentioning that there's a split, that you're half of something. And I consider myself to be whole. I'm one, right? I'm on the same playing field as everybody else. The only difference is other people have a group, a community, a government kind of acknowledges them as a group, right? Where with us, our category has been stripped from us over 100 years ago here in this nation, the United States of America, the 1924 Racial Integrity Act, which is our history. We've had a category historically in this nation, and we've been categorized independently, okay, from the black group. Now, some people have different views on that, but I can educate them, of course. Like I said, this gentleman here would fall under the criteria or the classification of a mulatto. He might not identify as that, as such. He'll probably just say he's a black person, which would, I guess, be in his favor in the industry he's in, Hollywood, because then he can be casted as a black male, a black actor. I don't know this guy. I've never seen any show. I know, like I said, he's in the Bridgeton. I've only seen him referenced in media and stuff. This Bridgerton. People told me I should probably check it out or watch it. I'll get to it, but I just kind of wanted to reference that yeah, the whole mulatto is black and white, and then you know, like Alicia Keys, Zendaya, Sade. I mean, the list goes on and on. But some will find it to be kind of an archaic term. I use it because of the specificity, because and it also indicates that we're one, we're whole, versus half caste or half breed or bi, meaning two racial, two races, where there's kind of like a split, right? Because I don't see myself as being split. I see myself as being balanced between black and white, European and African, trying to create balance in my existence. But you have a drunk, you know, spousal abuser here, this idiot who wants to be a superstar content creator who's a criminal. Okay. This idiot is going to go around trying to bash other biracials, being like, they're more white identified. They're more white identified. This is the same idiot here, the ghetto grandma, who hashtag Karen's daughters. We all have seen it. We all can verify it. We have, it's like it doesn't get more white identified than that. Calling yourself a daughter of a Karen. It's fucking despicable. Okay. It's low class trailer trash. And I don't want any of that associated with me. That's why her ass is banned and blocked over here. Continuing on, fair use.
I thought so. I mean, I would guess too.
Yeah.
But I've got family like that. You would never guess.
Oh, so it's like the brown paper bag test. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. That's yeah, I don't like that.
Is an act.
Yeah, brown paper bag test. And then they had the Blue Vein Society, which is kind of different. The brown paper bag test, yeah, I don't want to get into that, but there's a historical context for that. The Blue Vein Society was a group of mulattoes who wanted to preserve themselves. And they also had the Brown Society. This is American history. So, but there's been a lot to basically over the history that's happened here in America to basically destabilize us as a competitive group. But we've always been here. We have fucking mountains named after us. In North Carolina, we have Mulatto Mountain. I was in New Orleans, or actually, excuse me, it was in Port Allen, across the Mississippi River from Baton Rouge. You have a Mulatto Cemetery, Mulatto Bend, Mulatto Bend Road. We have bayous, rivers, mountains named after us in our honor. And there's been historical communities in the Louisiana area of us. So we have a lot of history here in America. Kind of part of my job with my other channel that I just launched is to uncover and discover that history and to share it with the public. This channel here, more so Mulatto Vanguard, is kind of more so social commentary, reaction, and responding to comments here and there. But I did want to address this fucking idiot here, this drunk piece of shit who wants to go around everywhere on YouTube talking all this foolishness when she should be taking care of her kids. She's had CPS called on her numerous of times. But instead of taking care of her kids, she wants to jump on YouTube and run her stupid fucking mouth. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Continuing on, fair use.
Actual sector.
It's not it's not the name. That's an actual sector called the
Damn, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
That's crazy.
Hi Annie. Hi Annie. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I didn't know there was a sector like that. So do they like white men or black men, or like what do they like?
What I can say, it's very clear. It's mulatto sphere, right? So there in itself, the name, the people like mulatto people. Generally, they want to be around their people. That's kind of the point. You have a sphere, right? So like a manosphere, it's kind of a male group gathering, right? People, obviously incels. Same thing with a black manosphere. You have a group of black men, a lot of incels gathering around a space, and the whole sphere stuff. Just like you have a woman sphere. Now this lady, this drunk idiot, the ghetto grandma I had on the screen, Golden Goddess, she's a big fan of a channel. It's called the Woman Sphere. So it's a woman, a black woman, who copied the whole sphere context from the men, because the men developed the whole sphere, concept. And she copied. I mean, she goes to a channel called the Woman Sphere, who's a black woman, who's a black lesbian woman. Okay, who's basically, they say she's a black a lesbian separatist. She's a misandrist. She wants to say all the men are bad, the men are evil, the white men and the black men, they work together to keep the women down. So she's part of that group. Even I'm going to share with you guys, she's going to jump on the panel and she's going to try to play a victim and be like, it's misogyny. But why is it that it seems like Miss Monarchy is easy to get along with? She has men there on her panel who like her, who support her. So it's like, and then when you have this idiot here, the only men, the ghetto grandma, the only men who support her are simps, are weak pussies, simps, manosphere incels. It's funny because she likes the Woman Sphere channel, right? The Woman Sphere, but most of the ghetto grandma supporters on her channel are black manosphere incels, red pill guys. So it's like, how do you mix both of those together? You're in the lesbian feminist space with Woman Sphere, but you have black manosphere guys as well, and you put them together, and then you have your little weirdo channel with celebrity gossip and drama. I mean, look, I'm younger than this idiot, okay, by a decade. That's why I call her ghetto grandma. Number one, she's ghetto, white trash. Number two, she's old, older than me, but she loves, kind of poking the bear and, all this stuff. And I'm sitting there like, you got kids, you got a lot of problems. Like, I'm on YouTube, it's fun. I can connect with other people and share information and learn. But like, I don't need this shit here on YouTube. This is all fun to me. I'm out here doing work in the real world. Let me continue on, fair use.
It's the
What,
It-
same
they
for
claim
all of
more
us.
to be.
Okay,
Yes.
that experience.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like most mixed race men do not like mixed race females, and me,
What? I
I don't,
love mixed
I
race
don't.
female.
Do
So I wanted to pause right there because, I mean, in Miss Mona's opinion, she said most mixed race males don't like mixed race females. And then one of the gentlemen here, I don't know which avatar, but he said, "Oh, he loves mixed race, and he's a mixed race guy." I think so, because there's a black guy, monoracial guy. Shout out to that cat, Bronze Bird. But I think there's another guy here, is a mixed race guy. He said he's mixed race, and he said he likes mixed race females. I agree. I think most of us do. I think most of us do. I've never really seen a guy, mulatto cat, I can say, mixed race guy, who's like, "Oh, I don't like the mixed race chicks." I mean, but I think geography, environment, it plays a role. Just how people, where they grow up, what they see. Um, I think I'll just leave it at that for now. But yeah, I like mixed race women, so I definitely prefer them. And I think most of the men do that I see here in the States. So yeah, continuing on, fair use.
I don't like
I
mixed race men.
love mixed race.
Mixed ways.
Mixed
Yeah,
race.
mixed ways.
Ways.
I
So he's affirming it. He's saying he loves mixed race women. Yeah. It's funny because when I first found the kind of mixed race spaces, I'd say that, "Oh yeah, I like the mixed race chicks or the hottest chicks," which I still say that today. But when I first said that, there was people who trying to say that I'm a simp or something, insinuating I'm a simp. I'm like, I guess. I mean, for mixed race chicks, they're the hottest chicks as far as what I can see. Whether it's here in the United States, whether it's in Dominican Republic, whether it's in Colombia, whether it's in the UK or Canada, like when I'm on social media navigating, looking at I'm like, the mulatto chicks are the hottest chicks. So like, I'm not like gonna shy away or not admit that. Um, but I think a lot of us, we just obviously kind of have to work things out and come to the realization that we are our own group. Whether some of us don't want to admit it, acknowledge it or not, the society that's becoming increasingly more polarizing and tribalistic, we are a specific group and demographic. Even though if the government might not fully acknowledge it, we are. I mean, we have these experiences. That's why we navigate towards these kind of spaces and channels and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah. Let me continue on, fair use.
don't. Hi, Roasty. Yeah.
Tracy,
Okay.
you
So
dated a fellow biracial, right?
Yeah, I dated a couple
okay,
biracials.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
see.
really date a biracial personally because I don't know. I just prefer black or white,
East
one or the
Indian
other.
biracial, American
Hmm.
biracial, or white biracial. Yeah.
Oh, so Golden got it. Sorry, Golden. Yeah, she wants to come on. Let's see. And stream.
Okay, then I think this is her troll channel. She's so disgusting, this character here, the ghetto grandma, because she sounds like a piece of shit white trash. She sounds like she grew up in a fucking trailer park somewhere. I mean, and then she's overcompensating, trying to act like she's all ghetto and ghetto-y black and all that. That's what I get when I listen to her. Okay. I mean, Miss Mona's mulatto, okay, mixed race, right? So is the ghetto grandma. But I'm listening to both of them. It's like I can't listen to this idiot. Like I heard she has a podcast, the ghetto grandma, with her deranged protege. That's what Al Show calls her. It's pretty funny. Her lackey, her deranged protege, the multi-facial hood rat. They both sound like garbage, like trash. I'm like, I can't listen to them. But Miss Mona, oh, I can listen to her all day. I mean, I'm busy and shit with work, but I'll tune in to Miss Mona for sure. She's got a British accent. I'll listen to her. But yeah, this chick pops up, this golden goddess with her little troll avatar, the golden heart, and all this crap. I mean, this woman's disgusting. Let me continue on, fair use.
Oh my god.
Hey
Did it
y'all.
wrong.
I'm only talking about this now. She can eat off me. I'm giving her free content. She can go on her little bumcast and talk crap, or her stream, whatever. I'm giving her something to talk about. Like I said, a lot of these other people who clearly want to tag me in videos and they want me to respond back, I block most of these people. Okay. Most of these people are irrelevant, infantile, or futile, and they offer me nothing. And trust me, this fucking idiot here doesn't offer me anything either. But, I mean, she's trying to basically paint the situation, go on to other channels talking about the mulatto vanguard's white identified and he's problematic. I'm like, ma'am, you got the criminal record. You were thrown in jail for assaulting black people. Okay. You've had CPS called on you, but you still want to come out here and run your stupid mouth about somebody else. I mean, I find this to be just amusing at this point. Let me continue on, fair use.
Hi, Golden.
How y'all doing?
Peace.
We're doing good, thank you.
Oh, I only got a little bit of whatever charge, but I was just trying to say that there is an actual space called the Mulatto Sphere. Everybody started.
Just listen to the accent right there. Who would you guys rather listen to? Tell me in the chat. Those of you in the chat. I'll get to your comments in a minute. Who would you rather listen to? Miss Mona, right? Me, like I said, I listen to Miss Mona all day. She's from the UK. She's got a British accent. Of course, I'm all in. Where do I sign up? This little hillbilly from fucking Walmart, from the trailer park, trying to sound all blackety biggity black. You're white identified. I can't listen to this dumb cunt. I remember during the whole you know, with the whole mulatto sphere thing, when I was kind of okay, I was like, I can dig it. I'm down with it, right? And that idiot, the pussy up there in Canada, he wanted to like review the podcast, or what I call the bumcast of the Golden Goddess. And I'm like, man, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go do something else. Like, I don't want to listen to this dumb idiot talk. It's irrelevant. Her voice is gross. Her and her deranged protege. Why waste my time? But for this instance, for right now, thank God it's Friday. I got you all with me right here. Shout out to you. We're going to cover this because we're going to dispel some of the myths and some of the things that are said. Like I said, I'm pointing out the fact that this idiot goes around on other people's channels saying that me, yours truly, Mulatto Vanguard, is white identified. I'm balanced. I'm one of the more balanced mixed race mulatto guys out here. I'm black and white. Okay. And I identify as such. But she's trying to defame my character. I mean, and I'm sitting there like, I just found Miss Mona's channel like a couple weeks ago and I like it. Like I said, she's from the UK. So, and already I have this idiot here, okay, this trailer trash who's coming up here trying to like smear me and shit. Like, let me get into this. Fair use.
Started out in the
Mm.
golden sphere, but people broke up into different groups. And that group is kind of like the more so white identified biracials.
Mhm.
And they say
Mm.
they don't
But that's is the reason why I'm doing this, because I got Miss Mona in the chat. Shout out to you, Miss Mona. Like I said, let me pull her up her comment right here. I seen that. I'm kind of all up in the stream. Says, oh yeah, I'd rather listen to Miss Mona. Yeah, all day, every day. And compared to this drunk idiot, from the trailer park. And she's, like I said, I want to kind of clear my name. Like I said, clarification to let people know, like, this idiot's going around everywhere saying they're white identified. They don't like their black side. Like, bitch, I've been to Africa. I've been to an all black nation. I have ton of black friends. I have a collaboration planned out soon with a black man. I collaborate with black women. I had one in Belgium that I'm in good like it's amazing how you have these trolls, because this particular idiot here who's going to go around trying to smear the mulatto vanguard because you can't compete. You have an inferior product. Stick to your celebrity news, your celebrity bullshit, because I could do all that crap too and get a ton of views. That's fine. This is not a celebrity channel. Okay, I have multiple channels. I have another channel that does sports stuff that does really good. This channel here is not a celebrity channel, but it's like this idiot wants to tippy toe and kind of jump around and biracial, golden sphere, troll, and celebrity. Like, stay in your lane, stick to something and stick with it. But I have no idea why you're trying to bring me up, like, for promotion. Like I say, any publicity is good publicity, but I don't need it, especially from your stupid ass. I don't need it. Like, I have a name for myself. I'm respectful. I go to people's chats. A couple of these content creators, Bronzebird, and then Miss Mona, I've been to their chat. I've been on their panel, very respectful. And even MU, I've heard about Miss Monarchy from MU, right? And I'm very respectful when I'm in her chat, her channel. And it's like, I go wherever I want and I'm very respectful. The same can't be said for you. Okay, we all have video, audio proof of you acting like a drunk idiot wherever the hell you go. I mean, it is what it is, right? So this whole white identified thing, you're the one who identifies yourself as a Karen's daughter. We all have proof. All the pro blacks, they have proof. I have proof. We all have proof. You go around calling yourself Karen's daughters. That's despicable and trashy. That is ghetto trailer park white trash that I don't want to associate with. So don't sit there in front of the Miss Mona, UK people, even Bronzebird, and try to defame me and basically say, oh, well, they're more white identified. No, I'm not ghetto identified. I don't deal with the ghetto shit if they're white or black or whatever the hell they are. I am a little more bougie. I'm more upper class. I'm an educated cat. I'm more sophisticated. And I'm going to deal with it. That's what I try to do on this channel, is curate an audience that is more inclined with academics and academia in general, people who can have a dialogue. And it's like, I don't want that trash up here. I'm not going to bring up on my panel some idiot, goofy piece of shit like Zacharias. Okay. She'll do that on her channel. She had a stream the other week where she brought up some stupid fucking doofus. His name is Zacharias. I mean, that guy will never be allowed to even touch my StreamYard link, but you'll let him up. You'll let anybody up as long as they kiss your butt, because you're a narcissist. Like an Irby or some other Fruit Loop, you'll let anybody up on your channel as long as they adhere to the narcissism that the narcissist that you are. Let me continue on. Fair use.
like feminists. They don't like, I don't know, they don't like a lot of shit over there, basically.
And she can't even clarify anything. They don't like feminists. I don't know. They don't like anything. We don't like you, bitch. We don't like you. Let's just call a spade a spade. That, we don't like a lot of things. I don't like ghetto people, but specifically because you're ghetto. You're the ghetto grandma. I don't like you, bitch. So you're blocked. Okay. All your troll accounts, you're blocked. You're out of here. Get out of here. Go somewhere else. The issue is when you go to somewhere else, like this channel here, you want to run your mouth and talk about me. Like, I don't. Like, don't you got kids to take care of? You keep getting CPS called on your stupid ass because you keep going online running your stupid fucking mouth. When are you going to learn your lesson? But we're going to continue on fair use.
And they like the biracials that kind of more so identify with their white side, in my opinion.
In her opinion. And it's funny because this is the same stupid idiot who says she's a Karen's daughter. You guys want the receipts? You want the proof? Holler at your boy. I've never said, the only thing I've said is that, yeah, I got a white mom. I love my white mom. Yeah, of course. And I love the experiences I've had with my black father. I love the fact that my black father was around and I got to go fishing with him. I got to do stuff with my father. I love that. I had an amazing childhood growing up in the 1990s in California, in the happiest place on earth. Wouldn't change it for anything. I'm very blessed to be born in the richest, most powerful nation on the planet. I'm a proud American. I've never identified myself as Karen's daughters. This dumb piece of shit is literally hashtagged herself as Karen's daughters. Yet she's going to walk around on YouTube and call and tell people who's white identified and who's not. I mean, just talking about this is not a good look for me, especially when I establish a history channel to make things more formal, where it's not going to be social commentary, just straight facts. But I got a little time tonight to do this because I saw this the other day and I'm like, hey, I like Miss Mona's channel. She's entertaining, she's funny. And that the accent, of course, is what's gonna draw me in, like I said, But and then I have this drunk idiot, the ghetto grandma, who wants to go up there and try to smear my name. You're white identified. No, I'm balanced. I'm extremely balanced. Yeah, let me continue on fair use.
Are you serious? So,
Okay.
So they say the
Okay, so
golden
if I-
sphere is the ghetto
yeah.
one, so they feel like they more so identify with their black side. That's their opinion, even though I mean we're all
Wow.
mixed.
Right.
Wow.
So they're more like the uppity sphere.
They're the
Yes,
bougie.
they
They're
say that they're the
bougie
mulatto
ones.
elites.
Bougie. Now, I have said I'm the mulatto elite. That's to distinguish myself from scum like her, who, like I say, who's lower class. They're trailer park white trash. So I have, yeah, for sure, hashtag mulatto elite. Also to kind of poke fun at some of the other mulattoes who want to act like they have more pull than they do. Men, I should say. Um, but yeah, that's why I put that mulatto elite thing. But the bougie, yeah, for sure. Like I've already admitted publicly, a little more bougie, uppity, yeah, for sure. That's true. But this idea that like somehow I'm upholding whiteness over blackness, like they can never, especially her, this idiot, she can never like draw that out and lay that out how I'm doing that. Because yeah, you're ghetto. You're ghetto, okay? Like even black people, we got black people on YouTube who don't like you because you're ghetto. You're trailer park trash. You're smoking cigarettes in your house. You're abusing your husband. You're getting drunk and going on the internet, starting fights with random people. People don't like you, whether they're white, black, or biracial. You're impossible to get along with. And the only people you like are simps. I've never simped for this ugly bitch. I've never kissed her ass. That's why she really doesn't like me. You notice how she never has anything negative to say about hybrid vagina? You notice that? Because hybrid vagina was simping for this cunt. We all saw the receipts, the emails that he sent her, and oh, can I see that picture? Can I see this and that? I mean, and even angry biracial. Angry biracial's bitch ass was trying to consult with her to kind of get some of her audience, right? Come over to get those people to come over to my channel, watch me. And I mean, these are the weak ass motherfuckers I see out here. Okay. I've had to distance myself from all of them, basically, and just solo dolo. I'm doing what I'm doing. And I still got people that want to work with me. Shout out to them. And like this lady only likes narcissists who kiss her butt. She calls herself a fucking goddess. I mean, it doesn't, what makes you think you're special? Like multiple kids, okay, multiple different men. You got 15 different kids by 20 different pookies, okay, getting drunk, going on YouTube. I'm baffled that this ghetto piece of shit trailer park trash thinks that she's special or she's better than someone else out here. Oh, they're the white identified ones. But yeah, this is the same idiot who calls herself Karen's daughters. Pathetic. Let me continue on, fair use.
The Biracial.
Okay, this is okay. Is it what can I type in? Where can I start off looking for this goddess? Like,
Just you can type in mulatto sphere. I don't
okay,
even want to
we'll do it.
promote these fools.
No,
Lord.
I know, but
She's like, I don't want to promote these fools, but your drunk, stupid ass got up there to promote me. And like I said, any publicity is good publicity. I don't need you to promote me. I don't need you to. I mean, I got some of the pro wax promoting me and stuff like that. And as my channel continues to grow, I'm going to have more people trying to promote me. I had a couple inferior, subpar channels. Not a couple, I had a few knuckleheads who tried to tag me and make video response to me. I'm laughing. I'm like, you motherfucking savages have to pay me for promotion. I'm not going to sit there and go back and forth with any of you inferior dudes. You're going to have to pay me if you want me to promote you. I'm at a good position now with what I've done. But I'm looking at this idiot like you can't help yourself. Like you're such a misandrist. You're a failure with men. You're abusing your own husband, multiple kids, multiple men. You're a loser and failure at getting along with men. Then you see a guy like me who's got some fucking balls who's going to come up here and say, fuck you. I don't need your support, bitch. From day one, never did. And so that like irritates you that a guy like me is out here that's bold, getting up here talking like this because these other guys are weak. A lot of that I see in these so-called mixed race spaces that are pro-black spaces. Okay. I'm one of the few guys, like I said, it doesn't benefit me because you're a woman, right? It doesn't benefit me to be this kind of, assertive and stuff like this, but it's definitely warranted, needed because you act like a dude. You get drunk and you have a big mouth and you act like a dude. And then when you get talked to like you're a dude, you want to act surprised and pull this kind of feminist, you know, you know, oh, they're attacking the women. No, no, bitch. I'm just laughing at you publicly for the world to see and hear. Continue on, fair use.
I
Oh
need to
shit!
see this. I really do. This
I know
doesn't
it's
seem
gonna happen.
real.
I already see the wheels turning, bronze. Yeah.
Bronzeberg, you already know some of these people. Mulatto, Vanguard, Hybrid.
I'm the first one she called out. Bronzebird, you already know these people because she's what Al says is she's a tracker. What Al has pointed out. She follows everybody around. She records their live streams. She screenshots all their messages in the chat. She's a motherfucking stalker and a fucking tracker, okay? She's like, Bronzebird, you know who these people are. Really? Me and Bronzeberg are cool. Bronzebird, excuse me, are cool. Like, I don't know why this drunk Karen's daughter idiot is trying to run her stupid mouth to try to kind of sever the ties between me and other people. And I'm sitting there like, who is this dumb cunt coming up here trying to smear my name? Just a regular YouTuber, regular dude out here. And I'm sitting there like, but you notice how she mentions me first? She doesn't mention her little Canadian boyfriend Hybrid because they've all been working together since day one. That's why I told Hybrid, the Mulatto sphere, get the fuck out of here, bitch. I told him to kick rocks because I realized that this hybrid vagina guy was in close contact with the ghetto grandma the whole time. They've been working behind the scenes to fool the public, to create their little drama content, their little troll content the whole time. And I was like, whoa, that's a abuse of trust. Now, it's the internet. I've learned my lesson. You don't trust any of these motherfuckers. Some of them you can work with for sure, create good content, collaborate with. But I got shit twisted at first. I was like, hey, I just want to kind of create content specifically for, black, white, mulatto, biracial people, right? Who identify as such. But come to find out, you have some of these because these idiots have been making content way before me. The ghetto grandma and hybrid vagina, they've been making content a year before me, and I've already passed them. I have superior content, superior intellect, superior creativity. They are behind me and beneath me. And that's what they're really mad about. From day one, they've always been working together to try to manipulate the scenery, manipulate things. And That's one of the reasons why this content creator called The Future is Golden doesn't like the ghetto grandma either. Because The Future is Golden realized, wait a second, you're still working with you're still talking in good terms with hybrid vagina when hybrid vagina has done everything he's could to like slander The Future is Golden. And she's still cool. She's still cool with this guy. The best part about all this is not even me, okay, yours truly, or The Future is Golden. The best part about this is this drunk piece of shit, her best buddy, as the Owl Show points out, her deranged protege, is the multifacial hood rat, aka multiracial movement. No movement. The movement's a bowel movement because she's a fat pig. That's her best buddy. Yet, behind the scenes, this drunk piece of shit, okay, is working with the Canadian creeper, you know, and that same Canadian doxed her best buddy. So we all know her legal name, her location, all this shit. I'm talking about the multifacial hood rat. We all know her legal name, her location, all that. She was doxed by the hybrid vagina. And I'm sitting there like, multiracial, you are the most low IQ, stupidest fucking idiot on the internet that I can think of. You honestly think this drunk piece of shit is your friend when she's secretly working with a guy who doxed your dumbass? And we all you can't. These internet people are funny, but these are their little internet friends, their little internet relationships, their little internet cliques, their little spheres. Mulatto sphere, golden sphere. I'm not affiliated with any sphere. Like I said, that there was one time, yeah, that was the case. I put the hashtag. I was disillusioned. I thought there was some kind of substance to this. It was like a movement. It was a group, a cohesive network of mulattoes and biracials kind of coming together to sort things out, to create a union or a group. And I realized, well, this is YouTube, baby. This is YouTube. This is all for clicks and views and fuckery. But like I said, I'm just sitting back looking, analyzing this stuff. I'm like, man, this multiracial is the dumbest idiot you got out here. Because she literally thinks her little internet mama is on her team when she's secretly working with the hybrid vagina up in Canada. You people are hilarious. Let me continue on, fair use.
Vigor,
Wait a
some of
minute.
these people.
Hold.
Wow.
Wait. Okay, you said I just met Mulatto Vanguard. Who's the
Yeah,
second
he's
one?
been in the chat. Yeah.
Who's the second
Oh
one you
yeah,
said?
because I shared your stream, which they've followed me here. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
Now she's a dumb lying cunt trying to take, credit, saying I shared your stream. That's why they followed me here. I didn't follow you, you stupid cunt. I just already publicly said I heard of Miss Mona, a Miss Monarchy from MU. And I heard of MU, yeah, last year because of you, because you were a drunk idiot. We got all that, we got all the sound bites for that shit. But yeah, you were over on MU's channel acting like a drunk idiot on a sobriety channel. It's a sobriety channel, and you go over there drunk, acting like a dumb cunt because that's what you're good at. And then, so I was listening because I tune in, like I said, every day if I'm at work or whatever, and I stroll through YouTube. And Miss MU, she's misunderstood. She's on you. I think she does streams like daily. So whenever I'm scrolling through the timeline, I see she's live. I don't listen to her whole stream. I just jump in, hit the like button, and say, "Hey, what's up? Shout out to MU." That's it. I pay my respect. I'm a subscriber. I like her. She's a pretty woman. She's very beautiful, Miss MU, and I feel that she's very positive. So I jump in her stream sometimes. Like I said, I'll just hit the like button, say, "Hey, what's up, MU?" And then I bounce. I go do something else, work on my own projects. But it was like a week or two ago where I was tuning in and I heard this British lady up there, Miss Mona. I heard Miss Mona and I was like, "Ooh, who's this British lady? Who's that?" Then I found out and I subscribed to her channel. I was like, "Oh, that's what's up." And then from Miss Mona, she shared a stream of Bronze Bird. I was like, "Oh, I know who Bronze Bird is. I think it's this avatar here." It's like I seen that cat because we're both in some other channels. I've seen his, username in some other channels that I navigate to. So I was like, so that was an indicator that there's a lot in common that we have if we're both on some of the same channels in some of the male kind of spaces. So naturally, I was like, oh yeah, I'd probably, obviously get along with this cat, because we like the same channels, So I was already kind of familiar with him, but I hopped on his panel a week ago, or yeah, a week or 2 weeks ago, whatever. So this idea that she tries to take credit that 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 she brought me over here to their channel and stuff. I'm like, the ego and narcissism of this person is out of this world, where she'll just rewrite history and change things for her warped view to fit her whole narcissism. It's out of this world. That's why I heard this. I heard this conversation when her drunk ass hopped up there. I was like, I got to talk about this publicly. I got to let the whole world, people know, because it's just insane. The same idiot who calls herself Karen's daughters, okay, Karen's daughter, who's white identified, Karen's daughter. Well, she's trying to point out someone else who's white identified, but these same people you call white identified, they're not hashtagging Karen's daughter. And then you want to take credit, like, for you introducing Miss Mona to me. No, I've heard of Miss Mona on MU's channel, and I've seen Bronsberg in other male spaces. So, I mean, I was so disgusted when I heard this. I'm like, is this dumb cunt literally trying to take, like, credit for introducing people to these channels? You see how he's trying to suck up and kiss butt to these channels to tell them, oh, yeah, I brought this guy over here so you can thank me. I'm like, this narcissist is so despicable. Let me continue on, fair use.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you
What's
so
the
much for
second?
sharing.
You're
Now I've got the now
Who's
I've got
the
the
second one you said?
mulattoes.
Yeah.
Who's the second one you said?
I'm bringing the biracial to the beef sector too. They followed me over there too.
Ah,
Oh, but the beef sector.
You see the level of narcissism where she laughs. They're following me to the beef sector. They're following me. Like, what makes you think you're so special that people are following you? You're disgusting. I mean, I can't imagine like the stretch marks you got over yourself. You're disgusting. You sound gross. Like I said, you sound like a piece of trailer park fucking trash that tries to sound blackety black with the black scent and like ebonics and stuff, but you overcompensate like many of you guys, okay? Like your deranged protege. You overcompensate. Okay. Like like we're following you to these different spaces. I okay, when I was over, when me and the Canadian pussy hybrid vagina were on good terms, he pointed out the fact to me that you're over on the woman sphere. So he likes you. I mean, he's would be the guy you would go to that's following you because you're both are friends, you're both connected, okay? And he pointed out that yeah, you were on the woman sphere. And I heard some of the woman sphere shit. And I'm like, this bitch is a straight up misandrist. Like, she's like a lesbian. She doesn't even like men. I'm like, why the hell are we listening to this idiot? But the ghetto grandma, that's her buddy. That's the channel she goes to. And I'm like, this is weird. Most of the ghetto grandma subscribers and, supporters are men, black manosphere guys. This doesn't make sense. It's like the the manosphere meets the divester feminist sphere, and they both come together to cope, and then they go to her channel. I mean, this shit's fucking weird. Whatever. Continuing on, fair use.
So I'm in the V sector. I love that sector, but I don't know about the weird mulatto thing where they don't see themselves as black or half or okay, or don't like black men, or I don't understand.
Actually, it's interesting because because my father's black, I sympathize more with black male issues than any other group of males, I would say, that's out here on the planet. I'd be you'd be surprised to find out that I connect a lot with the black men. I actually have a collaboration planned up with the black man pretty soon. Like I said, I'm in a lot of black male spaces. I'm in white male spaces too. That's one of the benefits of someone like me, a cultured mulatto who's balanced, is I can navigate and I can, um, how do I want to put this? I can, basically work well with both groups. I know how to navigate their spaces. I understand the nomenclature, the language, and to scope out the scenery, if I said that correctly. But I'm probably one of the more, pro-black, I guess, men in the mixed race spaces, because you have to understand a lot of the biracial content creators, that I see here on YouTube, they have white dads and black moms, and their white dads left them, or their white dad didn't smack them around to teach them some manners. So they act like black women. And so a lot of those guys, they don't like me, and there's nothing I could do about it, but it is what it is. So a lot of people will sit there and say that I'm like biased towards black men or something. So that's why I find it funny how they act like I'm like this anti-black guy or something like that, when it's like I'm actually the most cordial uh, towards black men and understanding, sympathizing with them. I just don't want the lower tiered ghetto trash over here. I don't. There's other channels you can go to, and I tell them, look, unsubscribe, do not recommend. Go to the channels that will kiss your butt and make you feel good about being a loser. Over here, I won't do that. I will hold everybody accountable, even myself. And so, yeah, I'm not anti-black woman, anti-black man. Like I said, I've had collaborations with both black men, black women on this channel, and I'll continue to do so. Collaborate with everybody. So, but the whole mulatto thing is just the specificity that we are unique, and environment and geography does play a critical role depending on if you're in the UK, you're in Canada, you're in America, you're in South America, Dominican Republic, right? It's different anywhere you go. I'm just a realist. We're in 2023, and people like myself, a millennial, we're carving out a space for ourselves. It's going to be nearly impossible on this public platform, YouTube, to make something exclusive for, a mulatto kind of contingent. But this is the brand of the channel. This is not a beef channel. This is not a celebrity gossip channel. This is the Mulatto Vanguard. The title, the implication is there. The title says it all. Let me continue on. Fair use.
And I don't
Yeah, it's a
understand.
lot. It's a
And
lot. I mean, I consider myself
do you agree
mixed.
with
I don't
it?
consider myself black either. I'm mixed,
No,
you know.
no. But do you
But if she considers herself mixed and not black, why does she go around? I'm talking about the ghetto grandma here. Why does she go around to other people to kind of point the finger like, oh, they're white identified, they're the racist ones, they're anti-black? And I'm sitting there like, she keeps talking about this whole anti-black thing as if she's so pro-black, but she calls herself Karen's daughter. Not only that does she call herself Karen's daughter, she fights other black people on the internet. She gets drunk and she fights them. And I have something here where she publicly said this on a platform. Let me see where I have it. She said this. I don't know if you guys can. Oh, where is that shit at? I had something here, a little sound bite. Damn, where is that? Because it's like, yeah, it's crazy how this drunk idiot will go around talking about she's mixed, but then she wants to point out who the white identified ones. I'm like, look, ma'am, you literally went to jail, were charged with the crime for assaulting a black person. You will never, ever find me any record of me, a criminal record of assaulting a black person. I don't do it. I don't assault black people. The worst thing they can say about me, I've never committed any crime against any black person, ever. Never will. I never intend to. The worst thing they say about me is, you're mean. You say mean things. You a racist. Okay, kiss my fucking ass. I'm going to say a lot of mean things that are going to hurt your fucking feelings. So now what? This is America, bitch. Freedom of speech. But this drunk piece of shit, the ghetto grandma, literally was charged with a crime, assault, for assaulting a black man. But she has the nerve to come up here and call other people anti-black. Listen to this. If you guys can hear this.
Hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You want to get down to it, bitch? We are the superior race, honey.
Did you guys hear that? I don't know if the volume, I got to get the better audio, but this is yours truly who's out here basically saying that hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You want to get down to it? She was drunk arguing with black women on a stream. She goes around fighting black women. Listen to this.
Hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You want to get down to it, bitch? We are the superior race, honey.
See? That's yours truly, the ghetto grandma's talking about hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You want to get down to it, honey? She literally said in front of black women, this drunk piece of shit in front of black women literally said that hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You cannot make this shit up. But this is the same drunk cunt who wants to go around and say they're white identified, they're anti-black. I never put hashtag Karen's daughter. I never committed a crime or assaulted a black person. You did, you dumb bitch. The same drunk bitch who goes on the internet on YouTube and says she's superior to black people because she's mixed. You cannot make this shit up. This is the YouTube Twilight Zone. Continuing on, fair use.
Do you agree with them? Their standpoints. Like, is there anything
I
that you agree
do, but
with?
I don't agree with dragging other people's races and thinking that you're better than other people. But they just kind of feel like, I guess they just want to mate with each other, and they don't want black or white people making mulattoes. They feel like we can do it ourselves or whatever.
Or whatever. No. I think my channel, I had a lady who subscribed to me like last week who she put a comment. She's like, I'm subscribed to you because I have mixed race, children. I was like, thank you. I put the prayer kind of hands together sign. I'm like, thank you. Like, I mean, yeah, I think this channel would be beneficial if you're monoracial, whatever, and you have kids that are mixed. But this idea that I'm like, no, I like mixed race women. Okay. I like mixed race women. I want the mixed race women who like mixed race guys, I want them to feel comfortable over on this channel. Same thing with the guys who like mixed race people. This is a public platform. Anybody can tune in. But this idea that I'm like against this group or that group, it's complete hogwash. And she's spinning things to try to defame me because this is YouTube. Her whole life is on YouTube. She's a failure, baby mama, failure, failed marriages, failed relationships, can't get along with people, drunk idiot. She uses drugs to try to cope with her depression, whatever. So to her, like she takes this YouTube thing super seriously, where she wants to compete with other content creators. She feels like it's a threat. She's always felt like I was a threat because I've never kissed her ass. I'm like, you're an ugly bitch. Out of all the mulattas out here, you are subpar and beneath. You're white trash. You're white trash pretending to be all biggity, biggity, blackity black. I've seen people like you my whole life, and I'm not impressed. And so I got up here on YouTube making content, and I'm looking at you. I'm like, I'm not impressed with you or your deranged protege, the multiracial movement, whatever. What movement? She's going to mention something right here about a quote movement. What fucking movement do you belong to? The bowel movement, right? Let me continue on, fair use.
What?
Yeah.
Are you okay? This is like a Twilight Zone. So we've got a group of mixed race people out there.
Yeah. I love Miss Mona's accent. Like I said, I could listen to her all day. But like I said, the Twilight Zone, you make that reference, right? I mean, you know, when you have this idiot here, the ghetto grandma, trying to like tell you like the events, right? And tell you how things are going on. This is not a credible source, right? That's the thing. A Twilight Zone is I mean, it's insane. I just, like I said, I got off work. Okay. I'm a working man. I got off work. I came up here. It's Friday. So I'm up here chilling with all you guys here. Um, and yeah, I'm happy to be here, but I saw this the other day. I was like, oh, no way. I got to talk about this because this is a Twilight Zone, like trying to rewrite history to make it seem like she's the special victim and it's these white identified guys or whatever biracials who only want to mate with mulatto women. I prefer mulatto women because they're the most attractive. I mean, even this guy on the panel, I don't know which, I think it's probably Cultural Invasion. One of these guys on the panel is a mixed race guy. He said himself, he's like, oh, I love mixed race women. Yeah, that's how I am too. Like, I prefer them, but I'm not excluding anybody. So it's yeah, let me continue on, fair use.
Who are trying to make their own race, which is a mixed race of not a race because it doesn't have a race because it's mixed race. So they're trying to make their own race.
Well, the thing is, I think the thing is with my channel. So this channel here is, like I said, it's kind of social commentary. I guess you could say reaction per se. I just launched another channel recently where I'm reading an audiobook of Frederick Douglass, but I'm going to get more into kind of more mulatto historical specific content. It's called the Mulatto History Channel. And where I do want to educate the public on us as a group, as a people, a demographic. We've existed for centuries. And I feel like a lot of us, even ourselves, we don't know who we are. We don't know that we have a history. And that's a major problem with a lot of us in a lot of our self-esteem. If we don't have a reference point, we don't have history to kind of to fall back on to give us a kind of sense of identity, we get lost in the sauce and we're easily used and swayed by other groups of people. We're basically used as a utility. So I feel like it's kind of part of my duty as a content creator to create some content to educate the public to be like, well, we are a group. And I know Miss Mona's in the UK, but here in the United States of America, we were an official racial classification from the inception of this nation all the way back to 1790. I know people say this a long time ago, that's archaic, but it's facts. It's historical facts. We've been our own racial category all the way up until 1930 when they removed us from the census. When you talk to most of these mixed race people here in the United States, not most, I shouldn't say that, a lot of these mixed race people in the United States who are about the advocacy and the group cohesion, number one on their agenda. I've even talked to some Canadian cats. Like, number one on people's agenda is we have to be put back on the census. Now, we have a two or more races category or multiracial category on the census, but we need something specific to our group because other demographics who say are, white and Indian, I know that's very, popular in the UK, or white and Asian, or, white and Latino. There's other groups who can kind of be put in that box, that category as well, but they're not the same as those of us who are black, white, because we're in a very racially polarized nation with the racial dichotomy of master slave, black, white, the historical kind of reference here. So we're extremely unique. And that's one of the reasons why I think mulatto, for me, why I use that. The specificity is extremely important. Let me continue on. I don't want to bore you guys. Fair use.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I mean, when you mix races, you do make a new race. I mean, you're not
No, but
black or
what's
white.
it? Yeah, but it's like it's a no race. Like you're not black or white. You don't have a race. You're just a mixed race. Yeah.
You're a mulatto. I mean, that's the whole point of why, mulatto is the race. Like I mentioned earlier too, that I think geography, I think history, it plays into this because, like I said, in America, we've had a mulatto president, right? Barack Obama. In Africa, they've had, mulatto presidents, Jerry John Rawlins in Ghana, and then also in, um, huh, Rhodesia, not Rhodesia, Botswana, they've had a mulatto president. So we've had mulatto heads of states. I think even in like Spain, they have a head of state mulatto guy. Jamaica, around the planet, around the world, I can say we've had mulatto heads of state. So we are a group, a race, right? And I think geography plays an important role in the historical context. That's why I'm an American based. So I kind of base a lot of my reference points based on here, drawing the distinction that we were a recognized group. It's been removed from us. They've done that to destabilize us. Here we are today. It hasn't been that effective because we're still looking around and asking questions like, what the hell is going on? Where the hell are our spaces? Where is our group? Right? We know we're unique. We know we have specific problems. So we are a race that, we do come from parent races, but historically, because we've had our own category in America, you've had generations of mulattoes, or what they call like colored people, etc., brown people, who've intermingled with each other and mated with each other and created generations and generations. So in America, you have that. You have people who are what they call light skinned black, or the term they're using now on the internet is MGM, which is multi generational mix, which would be an example of these mulattoes for generations and generations have interbred with each other. So they've created this kind of, half white, half black, super light skin, quote, black person, right, in America. So there is historical context for that. This is something we're sorting out right now. And the internet is one, avenue people can do that. But obviously, YouTube is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? YouTube's entertainment, and I'm learning as I go along as a content creator to spice things up, make things more entertaining. But I'm not like the ghetto grandma. I don't got to get drunk and start fights with people to make entertaining content. The lesser inferior channels will try to tag me. They draw me into some type of war or battle, but I'm only going to respond to something that I feel like is worthwhile. And I want to defend my name and my integrity because I do like Miss Mona's channel and also the Bronze Bird. I like both of their platforms. So I want to stand up here and defend my integrity. It's like, don't let this idiot come up here and try to, what they say, besmirch me, you know, talk all this crap about me when it's like, you got to know the history of this piece of shit. I mean, she's a straight up motherfucking criminal, abusing her husband, going to jail. When do you, I mean, it's so rare in a domestic violence situation where the woman gets put, handcuffs get put on the woman and she's booked and thrown to jail. In the United States of America, with the laws here, literally 99% of the time, if there's a domestic violence case between man and woman, the man's going to get booked and go to jail. Literally 99% of the time. So if you're a woman and the cops put handcuffs on you and take your ass to jail, you got to be a miserable fucking cunt for that to happen. You got to be a real big piece of shit, okay, compared to the man. But we see this pattern of behavior with this idiot, the Golden Goddess. She goes online, gets drunk, starts fights with people. This is a reoccurring theme, this pattern of behavior with her. She loves to fight just random men and random women on the internet. Of course. And the dumb bitch did it in real life and got arrested. I mean, I'm just here reporting the news. Let me continue on. Fair use.
Well, they want to
Fair
just
play.
use the
Yeah.
term mulatto. They don't
Oh
like
God.
biracial because it's too ambiguous. Because anybody could be
Yeah.
biracial. You
Yeah.
could be Blasian. You could be whatever. But using the word mulatto specifically, like boom, it's a black white person. So
Wow. Yeah, that is
But is it
okay.
Caribbean black and white? Is it Romanian
What?
white and
Yeah.
American black? Is it
Hmm.
African black and European white? Like, eh.
hold on, let me see. I'm sorry. What did you say? Were you talking to me?
Yeah, he was.
I'm
What did he say?
clowning.
I didn't hear what he said.
I'm totally just
Okay.
clowning. I'm like, is it like African black and European white?
I was like, what?
Is it Icelandic white? And
Yeah, I mean, my roots or my heritage is like West African, which most Black Americans have West African roots. I know if you talk to some of these weirdo, pro-wax, they'll say, we's indigenous, we from the lands, and we're the real Indians. And I don't get into all the conspiracy pro-wax shit. So I know my lineage comes from West Africa, and then on my father's side and my mother's side, it's from Germany. So, and I'm going to read this comment here. It says, has the baby mama sphere identifies themselves yet, or are they still pretending they don't exist? The baby mama sphere. Because he's calling a spade because this idiot here, the ghetto grandma, she's a baby mama. I mean, she tries to pretend like she's married. Because she doesn't want the public, the audience, to know that she's a fucking femcel. She's a, bisexual femcel, 3 failed marriages, relationships, whatever the hell you want to call it, multiple kids by multiple men. She doesn't want to admit that she's a loser and she can't get along with men. She's a baby mama. So she'll sit there and pretend like she's still got a man in the house and all this. There's no way in hell that this woman is married or has a man in the house. Do you know a man that has some balls and self-respect that will let his wife or woman get on YouTube and talk shit and start fights with random motherfuckers to the degree that these random people will call CPS on your drunk ass? I mean, it's so obvious that this idiot, this lady here, the ghetto grandma, is a baby mama with no male direction, no man in the house, because There's no way that you'd be on the internet starting fights with people late at night, having your little struggle streams, talking all this smack and crap about random people. There's just no way. It screams of a woman with no direction, no leadership. Okay, you're not under a man because we know you're a woman's sphere feminist. So you want to fight all the men. It's misogyny. The men are bad. You should just stay in your lane and play with something safe. And I mean, I'm baffled that you haven't learned your lesson being on YouTube, a content creator for all these years, way longer than me, and you're still shitty at it, starting fights with random motherfuckers who don't care about you. And you got kids. I don't have kids. I'm a decade younger than you. I'm way younger than you. I don't have kids, but you do. But you want, I mean, you know what, guys? Continuing on, fair use.
An American black, like how do they
Just
define it?
mulatto, period, black and white.
Jesus.
The golden sphere
Mulatto, black and white. Remind you guys that this same person, I think her channel, she kind of coined it as the Mulatta Diaries. When I first heard about her, I think her like banner on her channel, it said Mulatta Diaries. So she's used that term, for a long time. So I don't understand why she's trying to twist it now and say the people who use mulatto are black, or excuse me, are white identified. I'm like, the same person who calls herself Karen's daughter has used the term mulatta for like since I found her channel. I saw it said Mulatta Diaries. I'm like, okay, well, she's black and white, she identifies, but here she is now on YouTube trying to point out who's anti-black and who's white identified. I'm like, bitch, you're not qualified to have these discussions. Stick to your celebrity content. Go do that and have a good day. But shut up. When the academics are talking, shut up. Continuing on, fair use.
is mixed, which could be MGM, like multi-generationally mixed, is biracial, and is light-skinned black.
Oh, okay, I'm golden then.
Okay.
We got all kinds of
So they
shit.
feel like we're ghetto or beneath them or whatever, basically.
Well, you are beneath me. Yes, you are. And you are ghetto. You're beneath me because you're a fucking criminal and you assault black people. Okay. You're beneath me because you're dumb. You're stupid. You don't have a real grasp of the English vocabulary. You can't articulate yourself like a civilized individual. So you are beneath me. Number one. Number two, like I said, you're an idiot. You're a criminal. You're a drunk piece of shit. You go on MU's panel talking all this mess, trying to pick fights. And like, where's a soundbite I have here? You were on the other lady's channel in the beef sector. You're going around trying to box black women and getting your ass handed to you. I just don't know why you pick fights with all these random people on YouTube to grow your channel. I don't have the soundbite. Or I don't even want to look for it. Oh, I actually have it right here.
Hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You want to get down to it, bitch? We are the superior race, honey. Hybrid mixed people.
Saying hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You want to get down to it, honey? We are the superior race. Her words, not mine. But yet now she's the authority on who's white identified and who's anti-black. And this is the same idiot who went to jail for assaulting a black person. And she hashtags Karen daughters. I'm sitting here laughing. Like, you make it too easy for me. And I mean, this is amazing stuff, guys. I mean, this is just a Friday night for me, getting off work, jumping up here, creating some content for this channel. But I don't really care now that I have several channels and each one of them is going in a different direction. But like I said, I like Miss Mona's channel. Like I said, I enjoy her content, and I don't find it amusing to have this drunk idiot who's trying to go over there and paint me as this like confused person who's like anti-black and like white identified. I'm like, who is this dumb bitch? Like, are you kidding me? Do you guys not know this same person hashtag Karen's daughters? Man, get out of here. Let me continue on, fair use.
Because they think that we just accept anybody, basically because we got black people in there, is what I feel like. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it
This
sounds
is
like.
sad.
When I came
That's
over here to
sad.
just have a convo, they like,
Yeah.
it's like I
So
felt unwelcomed.
Okay.
So somebody said there that they kind of felt unwelcomed when having a convo. I don't know who said that, but yeah, I think I do the best I can. Like I said, on the other stream I had, I said I'll probably hurt some feelings. I think I hurt I hurt fellow mulattoes' feelings more than anything, to be honest with you. That's kind of the intent. But yeah, I definitely want to have a dialogue with people. I'm doing pretty fucking good. I don't know. When I'm looking at the numbers, I'm looking at where I was a year ago, because it's only been a year that I've been uploading content on this channel. And it's like this is just the icing on the cake. Like I barely got started with this shit. This is just some shit I'm doing for fun after work, on a Friday evening or whenever the hell I jump up here and hit the go live button. So I'm sitting here like that. I have endless possibilities with to connect with people around the world, but I have these knucklehead Americans. Not all. I mean, let me rephrase that. Just this idiot here, the ghetto grandma, and a couple other of her deranged proteges who want to make things a little more difficult than they need to be. Let me continue on, fair use.
So what is okay? Does that sphere? Do they see themselves as being superior to black people or white people or?
I mean, it's kind of difficult because
Yeah.
a sector is comprised of a whole bunch of different content creators. So really, everybody
Correct.
has different opinions on what they want. Some people just want only biracial people in their chat. You know what I mean? Which is not realistic on YouTube, right?
Not at all. Not at all. Like what?
And I've been saying that for a while now, that it's not realistic. This is a public platform. But she's still trying to go with that they only want biracial people on their chat. I mean, I got a lot of black people that support me. I have a lot of people that listen to me, support me, and comment. I only block trolls who get out of line with me. If they put some negative comment trying to like slander me, you're blocked instantly. But like, no, this is an open platform. It's a public platform. But the thing is, there's a distinction here because, like I said, this ghetto grandma person, this content creator, she allows any idiot, any bum off the street on her channel. She'll drop the link, the StreamYard link. She'll let anybody up on the panel. Zacharias, who's a black guy, talks like Cat Williams. He pretends he's mixed. Irby, Fatal. Okay, she'll let any idiot up there on her channel as long as they kiss her butt. So her channel is, she's a narcissist. She calls herself a goddess. Like she'll let anybody on her channel as long as they kiss her butt. That's the rules there. And to me, I'm like, no, man, I'm college educated, okay? And I want people within that kind of within that realm. They have some kind of formal college education to hop up on a panel, to hold a conversation, and to move things forward. I don't want to let any idiot up here for entertainment in the show. I do want to implement more entertainment to make the show, to make the broadcast, the channel better. But like a guy like Zacharias is banned. He'll never be allowed on my channel. That's the difference between me and you. You're so desperate for validation and for people to navigate to your space, your channel, which is a space. You'll allow anybody up there. I have standards over here, man. Like, I don't care what color t-shirt you have on or what country you're from or whatever, but you're not just going to be a bum off the street expecting to come over here and get carte blanche treatment. And I'm no, 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 no. This isn't the ghetto grandma. There's a guy who made a reference about like a homeless shelter, because that's how they run their channels. Like they let any bum off the street on their channel as long as they kiss their butt. They start the stream talking about a specific topic. They change the whole damn topic because some bum, they let that bum, redirect the whole conversation. Zacharias, some other idiot, whatever. Continuing on, fair use. I think we're about done though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some people are here for a movement. I'm just here to have a channel. I got a mixed channel or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
I think it's important for us to have that. But I'm not here for no movement. I'm not Malcolm X in this bitch or nothing like that.
Right.
And when I did come up, like more so when I ran into you before, Miss Mona, I kind of
Yeah.
was running shit over there in that way, but that just turned into like a martyr
What
situation
happened?
where,
What happened?
you know,
I wanted to pause right there because she says that, well, the whole thing about running shit, she doesn't run anything. She can't even run an ice cream shop, an ice cream stand on a hot beach in California. Okay, this drunk piece of shit, the ghetto grandma, she doesn't run anything. Okay, she can't even run her own kids. I mean, she's on YouTube starting fights with random people, getting CPS called on her. The thing is, and you know, I mean, like she talks about this movement concept, this movement, as the Owl Show points out, which is funny. Her deranged protege, the name of her channel is the Multiracial Movement. You guys heard of that channel? Some fat pig, some baby mama. Okay. It's funny because you know, a lot of people, not only me, they reference those two idiots, these golden sisters, as like the Thelma and Louise, what they call Thelma and Louise, or like the sisters, you know, from The Simpsons, you know. what is what's the name of those the twin sisters from Marge Simpson? Like what's her Marge Simpson's sisters? I think that's her name. Oh no, it's Patty and let me pull this shit up, man. Because when I think of those two pieces of shit, this is what I'm thinking of right here. Let me pull this up. The ghetto grandma and the multifacial movement. Because I'm thinking of both of these fucking idiots, right? Okay. Because you think of one of them, the multifacial hood rat, she sounds like she's been smoking like 50 fucking blunts with Pookie, like before she hopped on a stream. She's in her 20s, I think mid to late 20s, but she's got a deep, raspy voice. Like she's been smoking blunts all day. It's like, what the hell? And when I think of like the ghetto grandma and multiracial movement, this is the picture that comes up. These bitches are just smoking blunts, talking shit on YouTube, you know. And there's people like the black woman named Lashid who's used this as like her thumbnail to identify them. That shit is so funny. It's so fitting because this is what I think of when I think of those two idiots. But I wanted to point out where she talks about the a movement. I'm not a part of no movement or nothing. But why the hell is your little pet lackey, your deranged protege? Why the hell is her screen name called Multiracial Movement? You can't make this shit up. See, that's the level of inconsistency and stupidity that we're dealing with out here. Some of us who identify ourselves as mulatto, we're taking things seriously. We're trying to carve our space out in this world. We're doing the best we can to be diplomatic with both black, white, and all different demographics of people internationally. Okay, someone like myself, I'm going to be traveling to Europe pretty soon. You know, networking with people. So we have college educated, we have some academics around here. So we have people who take this seriously. And so, yeah, there's times where I'll use mulatto elite as like a kind of joke, but it's more so for the men within that are kind of creepers on my channel to kind of poke at them. But, yeah, this idea that you're talking about, you're just trying to run a channel. You ain't a part of no movement, but yet you're lackey, you're flunky, you're, as the Owl Show says, your deranged protege. Her channel name is Multiracial Movement. And that's why I laugh and I say it's the bowel movement, multiracial bowel movement. What movement? Because you're publicly saying you're not a part of a movement, but your little sidekick, your little internet, daughter, her fucking screen name is Multiracial Movement. So you're lying and tricking the public. It's so disingenuous and just sloppy and trashy to where we're sitting there analyzing it like you're messy as fuck out here. You're moving super messy out here. To me, it's laughable. It's elementary level. You're not a part of a movement, but your biggest fan, your internet girlfriend, her fucking screen name is Multiracial Movement. But you're not a part of a movement. Okay, got it. Yeah, moving on. Fair use.
Just people calling CPS on me and the police,
Oh,
just
right.
all that
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
shit or whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't got time for that.
But the thing is that That's
You don't got time for that. You listen to her tone, her tonality, her voice, calling CPS or whatever. I ain't got time for that. You don't got time for it, but you have enough time to jump up on a panel and run your stupid fucking mouth about someone who's more well versed than you and who's better than you. Straight up. That's what I find laughable. That you don't have time for the fuck shit and the foolery, but you have enough time for drama. You're just not good at it. You're not a good content creator. Other people have said the same thing. You got your membership. Cool. I mean, you need it more than me. Shit. I'm actually fucking working out here. I got several jobs. YouTube is fun. You need those memberships. You need those fans like Irby and the rest of them. You need them more than me. I don't give a shit. I tell people to fucking unsubscribe. I don't need your subscription. I don't need you to follow me. I'm gonna hurt your feelings. Okay? I will hurt your feelings over here. I want strong, masculine men over here, intelligent men who think, and I want feminine women over here. I don't want ghetto trash. I don't want black trash and white trash. And you, the ghetto grandma, you represent white trash. But yeah, it's just hilarious how you run around here talking about who's white identified and who's anti-black. Yet you have a criminal record assaulting black people, and you publicly said to black women that you're superior because you're mixed, and you're walking around saying hashtag Karen's daughters. You make it way too easy for me. Okay, let me continue on. Fair use.
what I don't understand about YouTube. Why is it that we take it to that? Why do we take it there? Like, why do we call CPS? What is the point? What's
Childish.
the point in that? Yeah, but it's childish. Literally, you lose your child. Yeah, that is really childish.
Yeah, that
I
goes
mean,
without
some people
saying.
like to come out and talk shit, and then when you like drag them back, they can't take it. So they get in their feelings and they want to.
Yeah.
They can't take it. You drag him and you drag him back. The funny thing about this is the ghetto grandma, she's using her avatar for her troll channel. She had a whole troll channel and she had like a ton of videos talking shit about me. I didn't respond to one of them. I was like, this bitch is such a loser. It's so pathetic. This woman is like a decade older than me with multiple kids, with multiple men. She's messy as fuck. Like I already pointed out, she's a criminal. She's starting fights with black women. She's been dragged all up and down YouTube. She's a fucking mess. And she made a bunch of videos, slandering me. And I didn't even laugh. I didn't even watch them. I just saw, I was like, oh, this fucking loser. I'm not even going to respond. But, that's the thing. But then she's going to sit here and talk about, oh, people are dragging you and this and that. And I'm like, and I made one community post for her deranged protege multiracial movement. And I pointed out the fact that, wait a second, this ghetto grandma is in close connection and proximity with the hybrid vagina up in Canada. And the hybrid vagina doxed and exposed the identity and legal name and location of her deranged protege multiracial movement. And I pointed that out. I'm like, multiracial is the stupidest motherfucker out here. How can you be friends and trust a woman who's secretly working with a guy who doxed you? And I pointed that out. And then she immediately the next day, the ghetto grandma, she blocked me, which I thought was cute. I mean, she's already been blocked. I don't want to deal with that dumb cunt. And then she deleted all her videos talking shit about me. I went on her little troll channel and I was like, you deleted videos. Interesting. It's like I didn't even have to really make a live stream like I'm doing now, or reaction, or make a video or anything. I just used, let me say it, superior intellect. More versed and you know, like I said, you just make it too easy for me. It's not complicated. I don't have to dig up all your history. It's already out there. It's already out there for me, and you're too messy to where you run your stupid fucking mouth, and it's all over YouTube. So you want to play the victim and point the finger and make this claim of like, I drag people, I say something, and then they get mad and they call CPS. I'm a victim. You're not a victim. Okay. So let me continue on, fair use.
Try to destroy your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's going on,
No.
y'all?
Oh.
I really wish
Hi.
I had came up right when she said that, but yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Salty.
Hey,
What was
what's
Yeah.
up,
going
bro?
on?
So no, but I agree with you. I don't. Sorry, I don't get distracted. Yeah. So can someone else talk?
Why are you laughing, Mona?
I'm just
Um,
laughing because
I had heard that
Y'all
they
I
was
want to
remember.
start
moving
trolling me
into.
now?
No, I'm not. But come
Just here you
on,
go.
no, Golden, not at all. As no, I'm just laughing because of the fact that yeah, we're from. I think Golden Goddess is part of like the troll sector a bit, which is the beef sector, and yeah, they're savage over there.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
they
they
Yeah,
after
they're
Well,
money.
they
savage.
act like the biracial spaces are better, but they're not. It's just a light skinned beef sector. You know what I'm
it
saying?
really is.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't see the Golden Goddess go off with a few people. Then your other friend, I forgot her name, like
Multiracial movement.
multiracial. Yeah, y'all just be going off, and especially that girl you was beefing with. She had like all caps in her post. I was like, yeah, it was real. I mean,
Okay, DJ Nav says, Miss Mona, how do I change my name to half Becky Hunter? Doing it for the culture. What?
Mona, are you black or are you mixed?
Mixed race.
Oh, okay. You're black and white?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
But it's weird that people think I'm white, and I'm like, how?
It's the
Mhm.
Like,
accent.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the accent.
that's interesting. They said half, or yeah, half Becky Hunter. Interesting. Half Becky and what else? I don't know. Was it half white, half Asian? They call it Hapa. And I think that would be more like because I know in the UK, Asian, they also kind of extend that to like people who are South Asian or what we call East Indian, Pakistani, India, etc. But America, it's a little different where they're not really classified as Asian per se. But yeah, I would say like a Hapa. So if they're like Japanese, Chinese, or Korean and half Caucasian, right? Is that like a half Becky? Or is it half black and half white, which would be mulatta, right? We have a definition. And it's funny thing is like within these like this discussions, you have people who want to kind of make things confusing. They want to kind of switch things up and mix it up and let's use a new term that's more innocuous, that's more acceptable. We can get this term on the census. I mean, go right ahead, prove it to me. But I've been, the past year I've been seeing it. It's like it's funny how people want to come in with like new shit and like a new term, a new word. I'm like, wow, this is hilarious. Let's see let's see how far that goes. You want to call yourself something completely different than what you actually are. It's it's kind of like, the monoracial black demographic in America where you have people who are like, we're not black American, we're coppered colored Indians, we're FBA, we're indigenous, we're Moors. Like, okay, well, go tell the government. I mean, see if they'll classify you as that, as a real Indian. And then the native, First Nation people, they're going to change their name to something else. I mean, that's what I see in these kind of spaces, when they want to switch things up. Like you already have a name for you, mulatto, but you don't want to accept it, right? You want to switch it to something else, which I think is laughable, but I mean, go ahead and try. All your history is tied in with that, with mulatto. So good luck finding, your golden history or whatever the hell you're talking about. But yeah,
Accent. There's
I
like
gotta have Mona come over and troll us sometime.
you guys hear that? She's saying, shit. Let me say this. Mona could come over here and troll me anytime. Okay. This is not a troll channel. Okay. But Mona's always welcome over here. That's kind of the reason why I did this stream. Basically, one of the main reasons was like I said, Mulatto Vanguard clarification. Let me clear my name and let kind of people know my side of the story of who I am, what I am, because I'm a real dude, real cat out here. Unlike some of these other, you know, whatever. But yeah, let me continue on. Yeah, fair use.
I so will
gotta be.
if I'm. But the thing is, I don't. Not
you go
everyone
over there and you
welcomes
start
trolls.
trolling. Immediately when
Yeah.
you start talking, they're gonna assume who's this white girl coming in here talking.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really welcome trolls, but I'm gonna make an exception for Mona because you're from the UK. You're Mulatto. You're from the UK. Okay, yeah, you can come over here. Yeah, for sure.
Fucking shit.
Well, they
Absolutely.
love Jessica X that way, so they like
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica X is cool too. She's always welcome to come over here, like I said. So yeah, that's what's up. Fair use.
Because Jessica X is not a troll. I am. So that's why they might not like me. That's the biggest reason why they she doesn't she's really like Jessica X is serious about her content. Like she
Yeah.
takes it really seriously where I don't. Like, yeah, I really
Mhm.
don't. This is just fun for me. So yeah.
Jessica's
But I
cool.
was
She came and gave me an interview
mhm,
when I was first kind of
yeah.
starting out and came and showed me some love, so I appreciate her.
Oh, shout out to Jessica. Prayers
I
up
got
to
a
you.
question.
Yeah.
As far as being, and this is for anybody that's mixed, as far as being of mixed race,
Now, I don't know. I can say right now, I don't know. I can't distinguish. I thought about this earlier. I was like, I can't really distinguish the accent, right, in the UK, what region someone's from. But I can say more so like a Londoner, someone from London. I like that accent particularly more than like for sure like a Scottish accent where it's super thick and heavy. But I can't distinguish like which part of England or the UK that someone's from. Maybe so if they're from Ireland, I can kind of okay, I get that because of the theta, the th, the th sound. They kind of omit that and use the t instead of th. So I can kind of distinguish the Irish kind of more so. But I would say for sure I like Mona's accent more than Jessica X. Hands down. That's when I first heard Mona. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I could listen to her. It makes sense why here in America, why a lot of like, broadcasters and journalists, they get these jobs, talking about news, etc. and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I would say for sure for me, I definitely prefer to listen to somebody like Mona versus Jessica X. No shade to Jessica X, but I definitely would prefer Mona, her voice versus Jessica X. Like I said, I don't know like which region they're both of them are from. I can't distinguish the region or where their accent comes from, but just giving you my general opinion. But yeah, fair use.
so what would you say is the one thing you hate about when someone talks about you being mixed race? What's one of the one things you hate that they usually say? Because it's usually like a list of maybe like five things. What's
Right.
you hate?
Okay, so do you want to go first, Golden?
I guess one thing that stands out is people assume they know everything about you, or
Mhm.
they assume that they know what your experience is. They like to say white people don't like you, black people don't accept. Everybody just has their ideas of what they think it is to be a mixed race person,
Mhm.
when that's not necessarily the case for everybody. It just depends on where you live.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's good.
Yeah, geography, I can just kind of interject here. I think geography is critically important. And I don't know, I've always gotten along with black people. Like I said, I'm a realist. I've always gotten along with white people too. Even my colleagues at my job site that I'm at right now, like there's black and white and other and Latino. But I'm a realist, I think, now in 2023, because like I said, geography is important because we were coming off the Obama administration. So that was what 2016 when he exited the Oval Office. That was 6 years ago, right? And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened in this nation during that time. When Trump got in office, the George Floyd, even prior to that, with the Colin Kaepernick, which I think was a major kind of situation. So geography plays a role. Like I said, I'm just kind of a more so of a realist. I think looking at the scenery, looking at the environment, and where things are, where it's like, well, we need our own shit now. Okay, this isn't 1960. Okay, I've talked and I've consulted with a lot of older mulatto cats. Like I said, like I started uploading content because there's a guy who was making content. His name was J4 Conversations, or his name is, but he's doing other content now, parenting content. But he was talking about, what people call biraciality. And he talked about his experience having a white mom, black dad, growing up in like the 70s, 80s, and I was inspired by this guy. And also because he works at a university, his academic approach to things. I'm an academic, I have a bachelor's degree, but I'm still an academic. And I was just impressed with his delivery and how he framed the discussion of biracial people. And he developed a concept, criteria called the 9 criteria. What would it take for mulattoes to become a group, right? I looked into that and also just kind of looked into more of the history of where we are today, like what happened, right? You look at the past 100 years, 1924 Racial Integrity Act here in America. So I'm saying a lot right now, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I went all over the place. Let me continue on. I think we're almost done here. I'll drop the link if anyone wants to jump up. But yeah, fair use.
Me personally, also one thing I hate is that they think I don't understand my black side or my white side. Like I don't understand it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
think we're all tragic mulattoes and we're confused and
Yeah,
all
we
that
don't
shit.
we don't
Yeah.
belong. We don't belong.
The funny thing about that is the ghetto grandma, aka Golden Goddess, she's on record, you know, calling yours truly, the mulatto vanguard. You guys are tragic as fuck. You're tragic. I'm like, really? Really? Over here on this channel with the people who navigate to this channel, I'm the tragic one. Okay, yeah, I guess. Sure. Because you said so. The woman who's been to jail several times for assaulting black people and, getting online on YouTube saying you're superior to black people and picking fights with random black women. I don't pick fights with people. I mean, that's not, I can fight in the real world. I have a whole channel, a separate channel dedicated. I think even shit, let me play this shit right now. I think I actually have, was I doing some like shadow boxing or some shit since, I have you guys here. I don't know if I could pull this up. Let me play this real quick.
Over 9,000!
All right, yeah, I just wanted to share that to like basically show an example that like I train martial arts. I know how to fight. I don't need to get on YouTube and just pick fights with random motherfuckers. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all to me. So I just wanted to share that to show that different caliber of people you're talking to. You talk to a guy like me, okay, who has no issue camming up, getting up on camera, getting all up in the grill, versus some other idiots who just want to like troll or whatever. I mean, I'm doing something different, but let me continue on. I think we're almost about done here. Fair use.
Belong anywhere. Right. Okay.
Well, not only that, but they build up their own bias. Well, not excuse me, they already have their own established bias, but they build up their own social circles to ostracize at times too. I've had that happen, and I've had that lost thing where they figure we don't know who we are and where our background comes from.
Okay, that's
I mean, I can say for me personally, I know where my background comes from. I want to explore that and be around other people who are similar like that, who know where they're back, who know who they are, where they come from, their parentage, their lineage, ancestry, etc. I want to be around those people. I feel comfortable around those people. I feel like this person, this lady, whatever I'm calling her lady loosely, who hopped up on a panel, she doesn't. She's lost. She doesn't have a sense of self and where she comes from. So she's trying to find acceptance with other groups. And that's the major difference that I see is like, I know who I am and I'm trying to find those people on this public platform. And it's working out pretty good. I mean, not only here, but Instagram and Facebook and TikTok is, kind of liberal, little Looney Tune, but it's working out good for me. I'm only growing. So let me continue on. I think we're done. Close. Yeah. Very
And
good.
that's what I find sad. And DJ Neff says, hold up at Golden. In the US, what's the difference being mixed in the US versus the UK at Miss Mona? And the difference is that, oh, what is the difference? England is not as segregated, I guess. I don't know. What is the difference? Does anyone?
You guys already have your own categories, so it's like you got mixed people already have their own little like
right
space.
It's funny how okay, like I said, the ghetto grandma's not an academic. She's saying, they already have their own little category, little space. Well, guess what? In America, we have our own category in our own quote little space. Okay, on the federal census since 2020, 23 years ago, we have a category called two or more races. That's at the federal level. Now, certain states they honor that as well, more progressive states. The thing is, you go to some of these other states, mainly in the South or more red Republican states like Nevada, where I was living at for a minute, Las Vegas, where they don't have the two or more race category. So we do have it, depending on which application you're filing for. If it's the United States Census that you file for, they have a two or more races. Okay. If there's some state applications, they have that, but not every state honors that. And then she talked about the space. They have their own little spaces. We have our own spaces. Like, because I've been networking, I have a lot of contacts from the UK. Like I said, I'm going to be traveling out to the UK in several weeks. I'm going to take a trip, do a vacation, kind of tour of Western Europe. And I already have contacts in the UK. I've had contacts for a minute. And it's like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're as progressive as people claim that they are as far as this biraciality. Because you have a lot of the actors and actresses, just like you have here in America, where they're clearly dual heritage. They're mulatto, whatever, mulatta, but they're still like monoracial identified, black identified. So it really depends who you talk to. So this idea that where people want to claim that it's kind of more progressive, we'll see. I mean, I'll be over there in the UK pretty soon to basically research and discover some of this stuff. But I think a lot of Americans are kind of moving forward, like especially the people that I'm networking with and contacting with all throughout social media. A lot of people don't kind of they sell themselves short. I feel like a lot of people here they give up hope too easily and they don't put in the effort to make connections. I feel like because I'm talking to a lot of people behind this, and most of the stuff I'm doing behind the scenes is not here on YouTube publicly. And it's like, I think a lot of us are waking up to the reality that like we're already in our own group. We just have to continue to move forward. Let me continue on, fair use.
I think, yeah, it's a little bit over here. Like, I don't know, like from the people that I've spoken to over there, they say that like people don't really gaslight you and just say, oh, you're just black, you ain't mixed. I don't know. What is your experience with that over there?
Yeah, you don't know. So if you don't know ghetto grandma, you should shut the fuck up and let someone who does know talk. And this is the same person who says that she's a subgroup to black people. This was not that long ago, guys. This was like a few weeks ago. She was on a Latino man's panel with a couple black men there. She made herself look stupid because she's always trying to fight with black men and black women. She's always trying to fight with black people on YouTube. She made herself look really fucking stupid. But she was trying to tell them that she's a subgroup as a mulatto woman. She's a subgroup to black people. And it was very despicable, disgusting, and just you know, it was pathetic. It was pathetic. I heard that stream on the Latino man's panel, and I was like, wow. She doesn't think highly of herself. She thinks she's a subgroup to other groups of people. But yet you can't consult with this person on biracial or mixed race affairs in America. She's not a credible source to go to. Okay, she's not a credible source. I mean, that's just, let's just call a spade a spade. You got to talk to people who actually went to college, who are good people, who are diplomatic, who network and communicate with people. Like I said, I have contacts. And so you have to talk to people who travel, who jump on planes, go to different lands, foreign lands, talk to people. You got to consult with these people and ask them. Don't ask some stupid idiot trailer park trash who calls herself Karen's daughters. You don't want to consult with that person as far as biracial mixed race affairs. Let me continue on, fair use.
Over there.
Okay, so in England, mixed race people are seen as in mixed black and white. That's what I'm talking about. Mixed black and white people are seen as black. Yeah, the only people that seem to, the
Okay,
only
yeah,
people that
people
seem
say
to
they
see
don't.
as
That's
being
interesting.
special. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
The only people that see being mixed race as special is black people, as in.
Now I'm just curious. I don't know. I don't expect Mona to answer this, but I'm just kind of curious. I guess the generation, the age range. Because there's a gentleman that I've kind of been following for a minute over in the UK. Seems kind of prominent. I think he's a bishop. I think the term. I don't know. Catholic Church. His name is Calvin Robinson. He's a mulatto guy, mixed race guy, and he's actually provided some commentary on these affairs. And I think he kind of looks at things differently. That I understands that he's not just black, that he's mixed race. Like he proudly holds that. And even guys like Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate, the both of the brothers, Tristan and Andrew Tate, they're proudly mixed race, and they're both from the UK. I think their father's American, right? Their black father's American, but their white mother's from the UK. But I think most they grew up in the UK mainly, or England specifically mainly. But they identify as mixed race. So I think it depends on who you talk to, right? I think generation plays a key. So I'm just using that as reference. I can consult with some of the people that I know, and I have already in the past. I just got to kind of pull up the information. I have, like I said, several contacts, but yeah, it's good that this discussion is being had, and we just have to continue to have these discussions respectfully. But yeah, I think we're almost done here. Fair use.
Mixed black and white, because white people just see me as black. They don't see me as mixed or anything else.
That's interesting. You said white people see you as black, but like I said, I think geography, environment, it plays into, it comes into play there. Because in America, like it depends. Like if I'm in a hardcore like an area where it's all white people, then for sure there'll probably be some. Yeah, there has been. I should say has been some who will be like, oh yeah, you're the black. When it's all white and you're the one person who kind of looks different, they can see the kind of African in you. They're like, oh yeah, you're the black guy. I've been to a place in Oregon or Idaho. Those are the states, like the whitest states you can say, population size in America. Montana stuff. Montana was actually I didn't really feel the kind of hostility you can say. And even though Oregon wasn't like hostile, but there were certain areas, a couple instances I should say, where I kind of felt that kind of outgroup thing where it's like, oh yeah, you're not one of us, you're the N, So that has happened a couple times. But I think geography plays a major role. But most white people that I've ever like came across know that I'm not monoracial black. Like it's clearly obvious. You guys all know what I look like. You all see me. I'm very public about who I am up here. Um, so it's like most people, like I said, I laugh kind of like that. I am Puerto Rican passing. I can pass for a Puerto Rican or a Brazilian cat, I don't know if I black passing per se. I'm not white passing, but I quintessential mulatto, right? People say I look like Derek Fisher or Houston Alexander. Those are some other kind of, mulatto athletes, right? So whatever. Continue on. Fair use.
Else.
Colorism is a big thing too, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
The colorism is
Very much so.
Yep.
because you get the. I
Yeah.
mean, and and I don't know if that's where you were going. What's your name, man? Who's this?
Oh, I'm Salt.
So okay,
Hi,
yeah,
Salty again.
yeah. The colorism is a big thing, and I think
Yep.
that's a big piece of it. I think that's probably where the root of it is, where like they kind of like segregate themselves in their own little cliques. I think that's where it comes from too. You got the light skin, dark skin thing. But
That's
then
another issue though, because if you're proud of yourself, if you're proud of being mixed or how you look
Right.
or your skin
yes,
color, then they think that, well, then you
yes,
think that you're better than Black people because you're proud of yourself. That's
yes.
another misconception that mixed people have.
And I'm an islander, and I'm proud of my people, and I'm proud of the flag, and I'm proud of that. I got tatted on my sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, yeah, they're like, what the fuck are you?
One thing I noticed. I noticed that like it'll mainly be a lot of the darker skinned people that'll do it. It's like with the whole colorism thing, they'll say you're not black enough. Oh, you ain't even all the way black, so you don't know what the struggle is. And I'm just
Never
so,
been.
yeah, I'm just like, dude, you don't really even know me. And then it goes back to what
Right.
you just said, because I just heard you say, basically to them, they think we think that we're all that because we're light
Yes,
skinned. If they happen to
that's
be of
correct.
darker skin complexion, I'm like, nah, that's not it. But going back to the whole you're not even all the way black and this and that. I'm 100% Nigerian. I'm like,
Go, these people been
Mm.
mixing willingly.
yeah, I don't
Okay,
know about that's crazy.
they've been
That's
mixing willingly for a long time.
right.
So DJ Nut says,
Being light skinned, I don't get it. Then it's like with dark skins, usually they will never date other dark skins. It was just they always go for the lights. They be like they'll rather date a light skin. Then certain panels I saw,
They be mad at the light skins, and we're the ones dating and marrying.
right?
Well, that's her. And remember, this is a woman I think she's been married like several times, a few different times, few different men. She's got multiple kids by multiple men. I mean, this is a failure at life. This is not a, point of reference to ask any information, to try to acquire any knowledge or information from. This is a loser. This is not somebody you're going to consult with about any real world, situations. So she sits there and talks. I laugh at this because I'm like, who is going to take advice from you? Her deranged protege, as the Al show point,
Right, exactly. Which I don't understand. Like, it's just so crazy.
Honestly, my light skinned ass got to
What you see,
they
it just
probably
be annoying. You come in because it opened my mind to like a lot of stuff y'all was talking about, and then even though it was annoying, I come in there and they're like, "Well, you're not even biracial, you're monoracial." I'm like, "Yo, so what? I want to just have the conversation. Fuck off, yo. I'm in solidarity with y'all because I fuck with y'all. Like, what the fuck?"
I always welcome you to my channel. I welcome
Yeah, you
everybody
already
to my
know.
channel.
Nah, you do.
Yeah, Golden Goddess welcomes everyone to her channel, even if you're a drunk, homeless person like Zacharias or whatever, I don't know. Yeah. She made a point about misogyny. That's the last thing I wanted to cover before I end it.
But it just be annoying. You come in and they just be like, oh, it's Bronzeberg. I'm just like, yo.
As soon as me and Mo.
Well, Bronzebird's always welcome over here. Like I said, because there's a couple channels. I'm not going to mention names. He knows, I know. There's a few other like male centered channels that I've seen his screen name in. And like I said, that right there indicates that we both kind of have some of the same, philosophies that are, congruent. So definitely that's a clear indicator. Like I said, there's people that I've actually consulted with or have had collaborations with on this channel that were from some other like spaces like that. So I'm always open to that. So I don't like try to make people like that feel like they're not welcome here. But I am kind of blunt. I think I scare a lot of people off, honestly. Maybe my delivery, my tone. I definitely I know I hurt feelings for sure. Have some people talking about me, but I think I'm very diplomatic and balanced as it is. But she made a final point I want to cover is this whole massage. She tries to play this victim card about misogyny, but it's funny because you have Miss Mona who's running the panel, okay, elegant British lady, right? And then, of course, her drunk ass hopped up to talk crap. But you have 3 men on the panel. So she has no problem attracting men, even mixed race guys. I think one of the guys is a mixed race, and then he looks kind of, I don't know, mixed, whatever. Yeah, black guys. So, like, and she has white guys on her channel. So she has no problem attracting men to her channel, right? Men that actually have some balls and some sense. When you think of the ghetto grandma, this content creator, she attracts simps, black manosphere incels, just random, weird, creepy guys who hop on her panel. Like, I mean, it's just completely different audience. But she said something about misogyny.
When they say we from the we got Caribbean roots, they'd be like tethers.
Being light skinned, I don't get it. Then it's like
They like I was my light skin.
Bro, all through high school, it was
sorry, I
always
don't know
about
why I
the
thought
the
about
football
Smokey
players
Robinson.
hated me, bro, because their girls were in choir with me. It was game over, bro. It was
It's like,
game
who this
over.
light skinned nigga think he is sitting up there talking to the shorties like
Fucking choir boy. Who the fuck you
choir
think
boy?
he is?
Fuck this nigga.
Boy,
Don't you see,
boys to
nigga?
men ass singing ass nigga.
But it's a
You
lot of
see your
misogyny
JoJo
out here
ass
in these
nigga? Who was
YouTube
this?
streets. Because even like that, you see how he's like, well, I'm just gonna go back at them and I'm just gonna drag them about them being dark and this and that. I feel like the men fight way harder than the women in that way, but for whatever reason, it's always the women that get attacked on YouTube, and then the light skin and the biracial men come out and talk they shit and nobody cares. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You see that, guys? You see that? She's always pushing this feminist fucking bullshit wherever she goes. If she goes to the Woman Sphere channel, it's misogyny. The men, the light-skinned men and biracial men, they team up against the women. Wherever this drunk piece of shit, the ghetto grandma goes, she's always pushing her feminist. Because the thing is, guys gotta understand. I'm gonna close this, drop the link for the panel after this. Look, she comes from the divestor spaces. Okay, she uses all the nomenclature like the mammies and pick mishas because she is a failure. She's a loser with men. Okay, she's a femcel. She's multiple baby daddies, multiple children. She can't get along with black men. We just saw that on the Jose Negron's channel where she started to pick fights with black men over there. She's always picking fights with black men, black women. She's incompatible, okay, as an individual, as a human. She's a horrible, shitty person. And like I said, she throws in this misogyny to play this victim card as if she's a victim when she's the one picking all the fights. She does that wherever she goes. She's on the woman's sphere. She's a fan of divested witch. She's a fan of these divestors, but divestors, it's a black woman space, they don't like biracial women that have white moms. So they've kicked her out of those spaces. So she's bitter and hurt by that. But she still carries the same nomenclature and vocabulary from those spaces, the same attitudes too, this kind of competitive attitude against men and misandry. She still carries that same sentiment, but she can only attract lower level, low tiered, dusty as fuck black men, incel manosphere on her channel. Black men that got some balls and self-respect, they're not messing with this ghetto piece of shit. They can do better. They can get better women, better caliber women. They're not going to mess with this baby mama sphere loser, the ghetto grandma. They're not going to mess with her. Okay. So I wanted to just kind of finish off with that. When I heard, because I watched this stream, I was in the stream, like listening and stuff when it happened. It's a 3-hour stream. But I was like, yeah, she can't not she cannot, throw in this misandry twist. When imagine this, guys. It's a female running the panel. Shout out to Miss Mona, Um, so it's her channel, her panel, and she has a lot of male support. She's got black men, she has white men, she has mixed race men who like her. I'm subscribed to her. She has all different demographics of guys who like her channel. They want to hear her talk, what she has to say. So listen to her. And you have mostly men on the panel. They outnumber the women, 2 women, 3 men. Don't get fooled by the avatar right there, because that's a dude behind avatar. But here, the ghetto grandma, this loser failure, okay, she abused her ex-husband, been, married, divorced 5 times, 12 different kids by 20 different guys, okay, drunk and shit. getting up here talking about misogyny. Nobody up here hates women. Nobody up here hates women. We all support Miss Mona. We don't like you, Gigi. Okay. I mean, I don't know about them, but I'm saying me, I don't like you. You're a piece of shit. Okay. And you personally went up there on the panel to smear my name, to say that there's people who want a mulatto specific space and they're white identified and they think they're better and all this. I mean, do I think I'm better than you? Yes. Do I want a mulatto specific space on YouTube? It's not likely. I collaborate with everybody, different racial groups. It's not likely on YouTube. This is not the social media platform where you can be extremely exclusive. So it's not likely. And I've known that for months. So I'm not trying that right now with this channel. And what else is there to say on that? This whole feminist misogyny, ploy that you're trying to do, it's extremely futile and it's despicable, especially when you're sitting there, you're surrounded by dudes who actually like the ladies platform, and you want to interject some weird shit it's not even necessary. It's not even part of the discussion. Men and women are getting along on this channel, even my channel as well. But you want to interject yourself and bring in your woman sphere, divested witch bullshit to other people's channels. I mean, it's disgusting. This is all I have on this idiot. That's
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I would say like this. I'm glad y'all have y'all shit because it opened my mind to like a lot of stuff y'all was talking about.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's it all for that. Like I said, that was kind of the icing, the last part, the misogyny, which of course misogyny indicates you hate women. How? When most of my supporters are women. I think in the chat now I have a lot of dudes. I have Miss Mona here. Shout out to Miss Mona. But my moderators, I got female moderators. And on my other social media, like I have female moderators as well. So it's interesting. You have this one divester reject, or what I call dust vester, who's a failure at relationships. She can't get along with black people, black men and women. And she goes around social media with all the projection talking about they're white identified and they're this misogyny and stuff, or they're bringing in their red pill bullshit. I'm like, bro, most of your channel, I don't need to name names because I don't give a fuck about those fools. Most of those guys are all red pill manosphere guys on your channel. That's why it's weird. It's like you're a disciple, a pupil of divested witch and woman sphere who are anti-black man, but yet most of your supporters are black men. Like you got Irby, Fatal, fucking weird. I'm not like, everything on this channel is pure. I have pure intentions. I'm extremely authentic. I let people know, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. Realistically, I'm not gonna tell people don't listen. I want people to listen. I tell people don't subscribe because I will probably hurt your feelings. I don't need you to subscribe. I'd rather have the engagement than the subscribers. But it's like, I'm real. I don't, some of these people are wacky and they've been doing it longer than me. That's the thing. They've been making content longer than me, and they're out here looking really stupid. So I'm gonna drop the link. So if anybody has anything they want to kind of add, because I've been about 2.5 hours into this, and I'm not gonna be up here too long, probably 30 more minutes or so before I call it a evening and get on with what I do. But I was telling Miss Mona too, my thumbnail game is kind of weak. And you guys, thumbnail that I have for this stream, I need to start implementing some more of the AI kind of technology with my thumbnail. I'm, like I said, been a content creator for a year, so I'm learning as I go. And there's other content creators that I enjoy, I'm learning from. Got a bunch of comments here. I didn't read any of your comments because I was going into the commentary. So who is a woman that doesn't like mixed race men? Is she biracial? Miss Mona is in the chat. Trying to be monoracial is Bridgerton and nowhere. And then we have Tim Asuna says, I think it has more to do with making an opening for identity political people to add a new hashtag they can use as a trendy new idea. You say most of them are simps. Yeah, most of the black manosphere, like I said, if you'll ever catch me simping, ever, she's got to be mulatto from the UK, or maybe Dominican Republic. Maybe I'll, little wiggle room there, but like some random bitch, like from some ghetto in America, some trailer park, fuck out of here. Or I don't know, wherever the hell else she's from. But if she's from the UK or whatever, from Latin America, yeah, maybe a tad bit, simp a little, whatever, depending on who it is. He says you should ask, have you identified as biracial from childhood? Manosphere doesn't, mulatto sphere doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, the whole sphere shit is kind of outdated, right? The whole sphere. I don't think moving forward it's not going to work. There's too much stigma. It's already made national headlines all over the major publications. The whole red pill manosphere, even like the passport bros. When you adopt these names, there's too much negativity attached to it. I don't think it's beneficial, to be honest with you, to align yourself with that. So it says angry biracial, great name. Great name, not a great guy though. Yeah, terrible guy. That's funny. Damn, the angry biracial. He's basically in the black woman grift. Um, so I have the Owl Show in the back. Let me pull up the Owl Show. It says, yeah, I saw the hashtag Karen's daughters on a post. I mean, it doesn't get worse than that. So I got Owl Show here. What are your thoughts on this comment? The Karen's daughters. Now she's trying to walk around and say they're white identified biracials, but this same idiot who put the hashtag Karen's daughters, like, dude, my mom's not a Karen, bro. Like, it's baffling. You go ahead.
Right. So let me just start out by saying this. I get the feeling, I may be wrong, but I get the feeling you've been waiting to do a live like this for a while. Like, it's like you were just waiting to like get all this stuff off your chest and just take, like, because it says correction. Like, I guess you went on this panel, but I get the feeling that you were. So where do I begin? She actually came to my channel. She actually put out a post where she took a screenshot from my channel. I noted this because I did a couple lives. She took a screenshot from my channel. I'm not going to name the people that were in the screenshot. They were having a conversation. Now, on my channel, I have 3 rules, and one of them is that, much like the NFL, you cannot use anything on my channel, audio, video, anything else, without my express written consent and permission. I don't allow that, or I don't, that's a very firm rule, one of my 3 rules. And she's using a screenshot and using that against the people in the stream. Again, I'm not going to use their names because I'm not going to do what she did.
Well, I like what you have here.
Yeah.
I'm coining you because I love this, man. Because like you say, they're lackey or flunky, but the deranged protege is so fitting. I love it, man. I love this one, the deranged protege. Go ahead.
I must admit, I enjoyed when you said it. I enjoyed hearing that. Yeah, deranged protege. But yeah, so first and foremost, just so that people know, because I know there are people who are going to be watching this. She took, and I said this in my lives, I said, make sure that you're aware, because she may be trying to do this with other people's channels, other people's panels, whatever. And she may have done this already. I don't know. I never had anybody take a screenshot or screen capture of anything in my chat. It's the first time. Again, I do not allow this on my channel. This is indicative of what Gigi does. She's always looking for fights, slights, and gripes. That's what she wants to do. So right off the bat, I had to delete my lives that with biracial subjects or topics or anything, because I'm not going to have her go and look up stuff and try to screenshot or screen capture that and use that to bash other people. I'm not doing that. I mean, look, my view is this. I'll address this directly in case somebody watches this. If you want to talk about people in this sector or this space on your channels, you're entitled to do that. You're not entitled to try to use content or any kind of chat or anything from my channel or anybody else's to go and attack people. I'm not allowing that on my channel. I can't speak for anyone else, but I would say in my channel, forget it.
It's gonna be. I'll just add it because I know you mentioned that prior stream. It's gonna be super difficult. You know, like I mentioned to you, what I would do is create a separate channel for biracial content. Create your main channel, use it for sci-fi film and TV, because as long as it's public, people are gonna screen record. They're gonna screenshot. It's inevitable. You're uploading it to the public space, so everybody's recording all of my shit.
Right.
I mean, which is good. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Right. But I mean, but again, for me, I never had that done. So I'm making it clear. I'm just saying that's a rule in the way I run my channel. So if you violate the rules, there will be reprisals. Just making that very clear.
Yeah, for sure.
Go use your stuff elsewhere. Because I did this on my channel, and I'm stating it here so people understand. It's not just her going up on that channel and making comments. She went to my channel or had somebody come and take a screenshot or capture and use it to go and attack someone.
Yeah, she's a loser. I mean, she does that to instigate because like I said, her strategy is to get the biracial women, the mixed race women, against the mixed race men. She's doing this divester strategy. So she's always trying to play this game to separate the women from the men. Like, she was very angry when Afro-Pean Monica and me and her were collaborating and working together. She hates when mixed race women, mulatto women, are in harmony working with men. That's why she hates Magic Mulatta, because Magic Mulatta is married to a mulatto man, and Magic Mulatta works well with other mulatto men. That's why Gigi doesn't like her. She's jealous of that. She hates to see harmony between us as a group, the mixed race men and women. I wanted to read this comment here. It says Gigi is talking about biracials identifying as white when she had that Caucasian lady, Nobody Jane, on her channel was kissing her ass. Hypocrisy. Exactly. You remember that? I remember that. She had this trashy white lady, Nobody Jane, on her panel, and she was kissing her butt. Yeah, we all saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on that panel. I think I went up on the panel, and I had nothing against the woman, but I was listening to what was being said, and I pretty much read the riot act. I was not. I read the riot act on that. I went there and had stated my view and said my piece, and so a couple of things that probably reflected to some extent in the chat. I'm looking at her going up on this channel. First of all, I don't know who Miss Mona is, but my condolences to you in dealing with Gigi. I don't know how you did it, but I guess maybe she behaved yourself on your panel. My condolences to you.
Well, Gigi went to her. Gigi went to her looking for clout. It wasn't the other way around. Mona's doing just fine. Mona's got a good platform. She can attract good people. She's doing just fine. It was the other way around. Gigi was.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm saying my sympathies to Miss Mona in dealing with Gigi. I don't know how you did it, but I tip my hat to you in that regard in dealing with Gigi on your panel. But yeah, well, actually, I have dealt with Jessica X a couple times. I don't like her. She's a wannabe. Let me just make that very clear.
The thing is, what I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, what I'll say is this: is that what I don't like is where it's like, okay, she'll acknowledge that she's biracial, Jessica X, but then she'll turn around and be like, well, I'm just a black woman. I don't like that. I don't like the kind of flip-flopping. When I know she kind of kisses black men's asses, that's her kind of that's her platform. I get it. That's her business. But I mean, she's biracial. I like her. She's from the UK. But yeah, I don't like the fact how
I,
she kind of she'll say
right.
she's biracial, but then the next like a couple seconds later she'll say, well, she's a black woman. So I have an issue with that for sure. That's my
Right.
main criticism. But
Well,
yeah,
I'm just stating my because I dealt with her once or twice, and when I dealt with her once, it was not pretty. First of all, I'm just stating this is my view, not his, not Evie's, just my view, my experience with her. Jessica X is a wannabe. She makes commentary on African Americans, not people in the UK, from what I understand. And
right.
she
Yeah,
came on a panel. We gave her a hard time because of that. Like,
yeah.
you're in the UK, you have a population of Afro-Caribbean people. You have
Mhm.
celebrities there. You can't talk about them, but you're going to go and talk about African Americans?
It's entertainment.
I don't think so.
It's entertainment. It's a lucrative market because you got Canadians doing the same shit. You got the
Right.
creepy, the hybrid vagina. All his content is based on Americans. He's not. There are mulatto Canadians. He's not talking about the mixed race people in Canada. There was a lady named Miss, heard of Miss MM? He ran her off
Yep.
YouTube. He ran her off
Oh,
YouTube.
don't get me started about that. We were quite friendly.
He was
We were quite friendly.
he was doxing her, exposing her. And the thing is with Miss MM,
terrible. It was terrible.
when I first heard about the Golden Sphere mixed race spaces, a lot of these people, GG, multi, and hybrid, they were trying to demonize, even angry biracial, they were trying to demonize Miss MM because she wanted something specific for biracials. She was smart enough to know that a biracial person, a mulatto, is not the same as a light-skinned black who's monoracial. She was smart enough to know that a year ago. And when I first entered in these spaces, the different channels, I was like, I agree with this woman. It makes sense. We're not the same, but they tried to demonize and vilify her in hybrid vigor, hybrid vagina, working for the ghetto grandma, golden goddess. He was the main one to try to punish her and push her out of the spaces to draw that line.
Yeah, I know what I was told about that, and from what I understand, and that's all I have to say.
Superior race, honey. Hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You want to get down to it, bitch? We are the superior race, honey.
You hear that? Go ahead.
Mhm. So that points out. So again, just some things I wanted to point out. She got on this panel. First and foremost, she has the nerve, and it's highlighted. I guess a little that's highlighted in the comment below. She has the nerve to talk about quote unquote, what was it? White identified biracials, or characterize people in the biracial spaces, white identified. First of all, what she's trying to do is denigrate biracial spaces. So that should be pointed out. And the reason she's doing that is because she herself was pretty much booted out. And she was booted out because of the attitude, behavior like what was in the clip, the audio clip we just heard. It's precisely what she was doing. She was making trouble going into other spaces and attacking or getting into fights with people. And the content creators in the biracial spaces had enough. They had enough. They didn't want that here. And, it seems, based on what I'm seeing here, she's trying to go into whatever spaces she can, and she's trying to spin her way into trying to do her spin.
Yeah. Well, what it is, she wants to smear those of us who are genuine and authentic and trying to create not only a space, but a situation where other mixed race people can kind of get along. Let's sort this stuff out. Like we're here in this society now. Let's have something for us where we can kind of get along, the men and women. And she hates that about us. That's why she's always attacking me in Magic Mulatto. She's always throwing her jabs at people who are serious about trying to create something in America here specifically for us, like our own space. We're demanding it. We're not going to ask nicely. Like we're here now. There's enough of us here now. And she hates that about us. So yeah, like you said, she's a saboteur. She's trying to sabotage what we're trying to build. And she tries to go around with this narcissistic mindset like she created the space. When I heard about the Golden Sphere, it wasn't because of the Golden Goddess. Okay. When I heard about the Golden Sphere, it was because of Caesar Cannon and
Right.
Exoticals United. There was a couple other content creators. Golden Goddess was an afterthought. She was like secondary. I found her channel out and I was like, whatever, it's celebrity gossip bullshit. Anybody can do that. So I first heard about the Golden Sphere because of Caesar Cannon, Exoticals United, and then of course J4 Conversations, and an Angry Biracial, more biracial specific content. Then I found his channel. But she tries to take claim that it's like she's the first, you know, I had you on my panel and all this. Well, you had an audience when I barely had like 20 or 50 subscribers. Yeah, I'd jump over to your channel. It was like, whatever. But then I found out, I started to find out very quickly that she centers monoracial black voices, black men specifically. That's her audience, Black Manosphere. She centers them, and she blocks and she invalidates biracial men's voices. I was like, oh, this is a divester here. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, first and foremost, it should be noted that your point about her audience is accurate. She has people from the so-called Umar Johnson sector. Some of them come to her channel, and that's a mostly black channel, a black sector. They made it clear, both Golden Goddess and Multiracial Movement, that they want as many voices as possible on their channels, and that's their right. But when you're dealing with a biracial space is not going to be all inclusive. It's just not going to be. Just like if you go to other kinds of
race, you want to get down to it, bitch? We are the superior race, honey. Hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You want to get down to it, bitch? We are the superior race, honey.
So
I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
Right.
Nah, just because of the comment. Go ahead. Yeah.
Right. But here's the thing. Okay, so we know. So what she did in this, again, she's trying to do her spin. So she's done at least a couple of lies here. I think there were at least 3 major lies. The first, of course, was the whole white identified, that the biracial spaces, white identified. This is a woman who I mentioned in my comment here that had someone, nobody, Jane or whatever her name is, who is a Caucasian, European American content creator. She went out of her way. She and Multi kissed that woman's ass. I don't think I've seen her kiss the ass of any African American content creator.
Woman.
They had them on their channel. I don't think they've had that.
Yeah, because they both have white moms. Yeah, they both have Multi and Gigi. They both have white moms, so they center white women because that's their moms, and then they crap and they hate on black women. That's their whole platform. Because I said they're rejects from the divester spaces, even because look at how they always fight Lashid. You know, the content creator Lashid. They're always trying to pick a fight with her.
Oh yeah, that's where I found the Karen's daughters hashtag. And that's when I really knew that they were basically part of their game. Part of what they were doing was basically bullying. You know, they're basically bullies or want to be bullies.
Well, like I said, that sound clip you heard where she's talking to black women, telling them that hybrid mixed people are the superior race. Let me play it again so you hear it.
Hybrid mixed people are the superior race. You want to get down to it, bitch? We are the superior race, honey.
So she's talking to black women. She's on a panel with black women. She's drunk fighting with them. She's telling them that hybrid mixed people are the superior race. This is the same idiot who's saying that, oh, those mulattoes, they're white identified. They think they're better and we're ghetto. You see how she's trying to spin things when I've never I've never told any black person that I'm superior to them. You can't find any clip or record than that. I say there's people who are lower than me. They're ghetto. I've never used the word superior. That's very critically important. And so I don't go and fight black men. You're not going to find, I'll critique a comment. If someone puts a comment on my channel, I'll make a video of it and critique it, but you're not going to find me jump on someone else's panel in their space and fight them. That is just stupid, but go ahead.
So lie number 1 here. We've seen lie number 1. Oh, they're in the biracial space. They're white identified and they validate white. You know, it's a white identified biracial. That's the way category. But we've seen that this is utter and complete crock because both Gigi and Multi they themselves are essentially de facto white identified by the way they deal with things on their channel. The fact that they brought this Nobody Jane or whatever her name is, and they basically put her on a pedestal.
Well, yeah, because she's white, because they're anti-black women. They're divester
Right.
rejects. They're anti-black women, so they center white women and black men because they have a white mom. Gigi Multi have a white mom and a black dad. So those are the two demographics they center on their channel. So if you're a black woman or if you're a white man, those are the people who they are going to invalidate. So it's and they don't like biracials. They look at themselves as a subgroup to black men. Let's be clear. They publicly said that. So yeah, like you said here, Gigi actually told the truth for once. She isn't part of any movement or cause with biracial people. She just wants to use the biracial label to make money on YouTube. Right. It's a grift. She wants to use the golden sphere, the biracial space. It's a grift for her little struggle troll channel. Go ahead.
Right. So that's the first lie. So she came up here, she was trying to spin, but we've seen the first lie. Number one lie was, she tried to characterize the biracial space as white identified. But we've seen pretty much how white identified, essentially they are de facto, bringing a content creator like Nobody Jane on their panel and kissing her butt and doing that. And they didn't go out of their way to do that with black content creators. They didn't do the same thing that they did for them, that they did for Nobody Jane with a black content creator. So we see lie number one. Now, I think in my comments, I may cite lie number two. Can you pull that up?
Sure. But I want to add, you're absolutely correct because you're laying this out, your observation that Gigi and Multi are more white identified than anybody because they brought on Nobody Jane, this kind of trailer park woman, and they centered her and validated her over other black and they've never done that to a black person, black woman, or anybody else. But they centered this Nobody Jane. I've never had a white trash person on my channel, but I'm so white identified. You make an excellent point. So here it is, number two right here. Yep.
Right. And number two here is stating, let me check this out. Let me see that. All right. Number two, Gigi. Gigi talks about dragging other races, right? The guys in the biracial spaces or the people there try to drag other races. Now, this is what she stated, and those of you who are here listening to her on this panel, Ms. Mona's panel, they heard her say that. But what did the facts state? Well, the facts state that Gigi was caught going into, I believe it was the beef sector. I may be wrong about that. If I am, please let me know. But she went into a couple of sectors.
She was trying to pick fights with black women. She was trying to pick with MU, misunderstood. Yeah, she's trying to pick fights with random black women who have successful channels. She was trying to clout chase and get more subscribers and followers on her channel, starting fights with black women. Have you ever seen me do that with black men? I can grow my channel authentically. I don't need to start fights with other people, but go ahead. Yep.
Right. And that's a very good point. So that's precisely what happened. They went into a couple of spaces. One, I believe, was a sober living space. And Gigi started screaming, yelling, getting into arguments and fighting with African-American women. Again.
People are the superior race. You want to get down to it, bitch? We are the superior race, honey.
That was a snippet of what occurred in one of these spaces. So if this isn't the definition of dragging people of other races or dragging other races, I don't know what is, because she did this to African-American women in their spaces. She went into their spaces and attempted to, quote, drag them. She attacked them. She went out of her way to basically make a racist comment about being biracial there. Now, whether you whether you know, again, there's nothing wrong with having pride as a biracial person, but to go into a monoracial space and say that biracial people are head and shoulders above and superior in the way that she did, and just in general, people will see that as racist, and I can't blame them. And so, if this isn't the definition of dragging other races, which Gigi herself said people in this space did, I don't know what is. If we look at the people in the space, what reports are there that people, other content creators, are doing the exact same thing that Gigi has done?
I've
If they're
never
doing
done
it,
it.
I'm not aware of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never done it, man. You'll never find any footage of me on here talking crap. Like, I mean, going on a panel, starting fights with another group or race of people or something. You're not gonna find it. I'm too civilized for that kind of behavior. But I'm like, you point out the hypocrisy of this drunk idiot, Gigi,
Mhm.
who's trying to kind of spin things to fit her narrative about dragging people and misogyny, and they're white identified, but you've perfectly laid it out that she centers the nobody Jane on her panel. She has a white mom. She puts white women on a pedestal, and she wants to talk down on black women. She'll try to talk crap about black women like Lashid to grow her channel. And I mean, a lot of people who are logical, they see through it. But the issue that I have is she still goes around to different channels on YouTube to try to throw biracial people like me under the bus to try to lift herself up as if she's like a saint. I'm like, this woman went to jail for assaulting her partner who's a black man. She's has a criminal record assaulting black people, but she has the nerve to call other people anti-black. I've never committed a crime against a black person. That's why I'm sitting here like, this is a Twilight Zone. You can't make this shit up. Like,
Right.
you know, but so you have number.
And in the case of that criminal, I guess in an arrest record, it sounds like she has literally dragged an individual of another race, literally done that in some way, or at least beat them up. So if you're keeping track and examining this, we have the first lie: the people in the biracial spaces are white identified. This is coming from a woman who chose to take a content creator, a nobody Jane or whatever her name is, and completely and utterly give them validation and respect in a way that they did not give and will not give to black content creators. So that's the first lie. White identified by race. They're white identified and they have a bias. But we know who the last lie number 3, is that the men in the biracial space are misogynistic, sexist, no respect for women. But we know from not only the audio clip that was played, but we know from what occurred in a couple of spaces that this is utterly untrue, because the person that was caught and that we know attacked women, African American women, is none other than Golden Goddess herself.
Also biracial. Remember Magic? She attacks biracial, and MGM. She attacks Futurist Golden. Remember, she used your screenshot from your channel to attack the Futurist Golden, and she attacks Magic Mulatto, calling her a pick-me and a mammy.
Right.
Any biracial woman who supports and likes biracial men, she attacks them because she's a failure. Ghetto grandma's a failure with relationships. She's a failure with men. So when she sees women working well with men, she goes in and says misogyny. She tries to attack the women. Very despicable. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So this is a woman who cries misogyny, sexism against the content creators, the male content creators in the biracial spaces, but for whom but ironically can only be described as misogynist and anti-female herself for attacking African American women in their own spaces.
Yes.
And for stating that she thinks that biracial people are superior. Obviously, that would include biracial women. So, in conclusion, when you examine the lies that were stated by Golden Goddess, we can see one by one by one that they fall. That no, there aren't, that the white identified lie is inaccurate and applies to her.
Exactly.
That the dragging of people of other races is a lie that has nothing to do with people in the space, the biracial space, and has everything to do with Golden Goddess. And that when it comes to misogyny and sexism, there is no greater practitioner based on her own track record of attacking women in other spaces than Golden Goddess herself. We see from the evidence that all three of these lies have been thoroughly debunked, demolished, and completely dissolved when the evidence, the facts, and pure reason and logic are applied. Thus, I would ask the ladies and gentlemen of the jury and all of those that are watching to find Golden Goddess guilty of crime against Black women and Black people, and guilty of hypocrisy and outright prevarication, meaning lying.
Yeah. I mean,
thank you very much.
Yeah. No, thank you. Because you definitely added a lot of context. Like, her logic is extremely flawed and fraudulent, and you definitely put the icing on the cake because you pointed everything out. Like, you built the connection with this Jane lady, this white woman, this everyday Jane, whatever her name is, nobody Jane. Like, they center her because they center white women, but they compete against Black women. Like, they want the Black woman's position to be above Black men, right? It's very sad and unfortunate, but they pick all these fights with Black women and they end up looking stupid on the end result of it. Because you don't see me do that. You don't see me pick fights with Black men on this channel. And I don't encourage anybody to pick fights with random people. I'd say I'm a martial artist. So I say self-defense, number one. Train every day, learn how to fight, self-defense. Defend yourself, your family, the people you love. Don't go out there looking for trouble with random people. It's stupid. It makes no sense. But I appreciate you hopping up on here to provide some context.
That was unexpected. I didn't really expect that, but it was unexpected, a little fun. I guess I did my Perry Mason. I did a Perry Mason for once. That's what I'll call it.
Well,
my Perry Mason.
Yeah, their channel is based off drama and conflict, so I gave them some material to kind of chew on, and they're gonna have. I'll have several. Yeah, several.
Somebody was saying in the chat that Hybrid will probably do something about. I don't know.
Well, he's irrelevant. Yeah, I blocked him a few months back. As soon as he started getting jealous, I blocked him. He's irrelevant. He depends on American audience for his content. If Americans just kind of ignore him, he'll basically kind of be irrelevant. But it's because Americans pay him attention that he thinks he's something and irrelevant. But they work together. So that's what I realized behind the scenes why I kind of had to distance myself. I don't do the whole Mulatto Sphere hashtag. I'm not affiliated with Mulatto Sphere. I am a mulatto man, but I don't do any spheres. Now, I distance myself from this whole Mulatto Sphere concept because I've realized that this Canadian creepy guy, Hybrid Vagina, was working with the Golden Goddess the whole time behind the scenes. And that's another reason why the Futurist Golden started to confront Golden Goddess, because she realized, wait a second, you're working with this hybrid guy behind the scenes the whole time. And it's very pathetic with some of these characters, but we all got to do our best in what we do. You're doing good with your channel. Like I said, my advice to you, because I have a couple channels, I'm telling you, you should probably just create another channel just specifically.
I might. We'll see. I have to think about it. But after this, I had to delete the videos because I know what she's gonna do. She's gonna try to get stuff from there, and I'm not doing that. I don't want to. I'm not allowing her to do that. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that's all, man. We're pretty deep into this 3 hours. This is all I got.
That was surprising. I was kind of surprised. I didn't know what was in store or what was about, but I guess it's clear she's trying to go to other channels and spin. She's
Yeah, yeah.
trying to spin all these lies. And I just want to stress this. What she's talking about on this channel, they're lies. Outright, period. They're
Yeah.
lies.
She's going to British, biracial British people, trying to tell them the mulatto people in America, they're white identified and they don't like their black side. And she's trying to stir crap up because she wants to create more content for her channel. And I'm sitting there like, ma'am, you're on record assaulting black men and you're on record telling black women you're superior to them. And you want to tell people who's white identified? I mean, you make it too easy for me. But this has been a fun stream. I'm going to end it now. And
all right.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Okay.
Cool. And yeah, respect to the chat. Respect to everybody that's listening, all the cloud watchers, or AKA the hate watchers, what I consider my fans, because I do have fans here now, which I do appreciate you guys. But more importantly, shout out to Miss Mona. Shout out to Miss Mona. You have a great channel, great platform. You have a voice for radio. You have a voice for radio. Definitely. You'll definitely be able to attract people to your channel that'll listen to you, just as kind of Jessica X did. Like I said, I put you above Jessica X because I've heard of Jessica X for a couple years. But I just found your channel, Miss Mona, like a couple weeks ago when you were on Misunderstood's panel. And I mean, I'm definitely, I like it. Like what I'm hearing. So shout out to you and your success in your channel. Shout out to Bronze Bird and everybody else who's kind of, been made aware of me. Like I said, the title of this stream is Mulatto Vanguard Clarification. We got to kind of clear some things up. And if there's anything that's unclear that you want to know, I have social media. I have a YouTube, you're listening to my YouTube. I got an Instagram. I got a TikTok. I got an email. You can always hit me up. You can always reach out to me, let me know, or whatever. Pop up in the chat, put a comment. I'm a pretty friendly guy, pretty open, pretty public guy. You know what I look like. You hear me, you see me. So I'm out here doing this thing. And yeah, respect to all you guys. I appreciate you. If you can, hit the like button. And until next time, beautiful people, sayonara.